Welcome to the final day, day 7 of ProBots, season 1 of 2021. Thank you so much for checking everything out. If you haven't caught all the games up to this point, make sure you go watch the VODs, and then, or you can watch this and then watch those. Either way, we've had a lot of great games this season, and we've got Endersword joining us for our last day as well, and it might be his last day here, depending on if he can get internet for the grand finals. Fingers crossed. But,
maybe. I'm gonna try, but we're gonna see. I'm jumping provinces, and I've got one day to hook it up. But they assure me it'll be fine. But telecom companies are liars, so we'll see what happens.
Well, hopefully we have you joining us, because it's going to be an awesome day. That is in 1 week and 2 days. So in 9 days, we will be doing our grand finals here on ESChamp, our ProBots grand finals with our humans versus bots show match at the end. It's going to be a lot of fun. We've got a lot of great bots lined up. We've only got 6 bots remaining in our bracket. 3 bots today are going to get eliminated. We will have our top 3 bots for our grand finals, and we'll explain how that all works, as it is a double elimination format.
Two get eliminated. 1 will drop down.
Oh, you're right. No, wait.
For further elimination.
There's 4 left, right? I thought we ended up with 3 left. This double elimination thing always confuses my brain. No, we drop.
Yeah,
1, 2.
What?
You're right.
Bring up a bracket. Let's bring up a bracket.
No, it is going to be 3 because we do DominionDog versus MicroMachine. Yeah, we'll talk about our games
already. Okay.
Yeah. That's right. We're doing the winners bracket one tonight.
We're doing the winners, right?
And then no. That's how we start our finals.
I don't know what we're doing.
We're confusing you, is what we're doing.
That's what I thought. I thought we were doing the 2 losers and the winners, but if we're doing the 3 losers,
I thought we were doing the 3 losers rounds.
Okay.
Yeah. So 3 bots are getting eliminated.
Yeah, then you're right.
So yeah. I'm right. Boom. Telling me I'm wrong.
We've usually brought
everybody. Get out of here. Jesus Christ. All right, so this is our first match tonight. This is our lower bracket. It has been quite a battle to get here. DominionDog versus MicroMachine. This one is going to be exciting. What are your thoughts starting this? Who do you think is going to take it?
I mean, it does seem like MicroMachine would certainly have the advantage here. DominionDog does look pretty good, but I think it lacks some of the versatility that MicroMachine has with like a whole bunch of units. Yeah. Like MicroMachine doesn't look particularly exploitable.
Yeah, MicroMachine has really fine-tuned that early game to deal with things like 4 gates and bunker reapers and things, just cheesy things like that. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty hopeful for MicroMachine, but it's going to be a great match either way. DominionDog is going to put up a good fight. And what's next? I lost our bracket here. JensiiiBot versus Spudde. One of those bots is going to get eliminated too.
It is indeed, and Spudde has definitely put up a show. Really outperforming, I think, expectations this whole season. But I think it's kind of met its maker, and Jensii again is just looking too strong to really be stopped with that sort of thing.
Yeah. So and here's our upper bracket.
Yeah, exactly. So Catch Rocketeer, the 2 survivors up top. So they will not be playing today then. So that
is how we're kicking off the finals, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I was right all along. Look at me go. Feels good. Yeah, this is going to be a hell of a night. So yeah, and then in that lower bracket, whichever 2 bots do take their first match will then go up against each other, and then one of those bots will get eliminated. So only 1 bot is making it through this lower bracket.
Exactly.
Make sure you get your votes in. We do have a post in our Discord that was posted. You can go check out tonight's events and put a little vote in just for fun, and we'll have voting live here as well. You can get all that. And let's go ahead and do a member shout out as well, because we love the Crown Club. You guys help keep ProBots going. It's been a lot of fun. We're looking hopefully forward to see you live at a finals eventually. Someday. But anyway, let's go ahead and shout one of them out right now. Conrad, thank you.
Conrad.
It's Conrad. Met him live event
Yes, you did.
God, it feels like forever ago.
Yeah, at the former Meltdown, then
season 2 of last year, right? Or 2 years
something
ago.
Quest, and unfortunately now closed. But yeah, shame.
Yeah, we'll have to find a new venue for the live finals.
I'm hoping that once things get better, like one or two of those places will kind of rally and find a way to open back up. But yeah, it's kind of sad to see that multiple esports bars have shut down in Toronto. I mean, everything is like the bars are just closed, right? Like, so it's a bloodbath. But yeah,
how's that burger place next to you? Is that still the Burger Priest?
That's still there. That does huge delivery.
Oh, good. Yeah, I would imagine. Oh man.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, we've got a great night of ProBots. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. If you haven't yet, hit that thumbs up button below us, and make sure you check out all the links in the description below. We've got our forum. We've got our Crown Club membership. You can get access to behind-the-scenes things like PostBots. It's a little extra show we do for you, the Crown Club. You can come watch live in our Discord as well. So thank you, everybody, for hanging with us this entire season. It's been a fun 7 weeks. And then next week, again, will be our last day of season 1, but we'll have 2 more seasons coming up. So, again, make sure you join all our social media and stuff so you can stay up to date with what we're doing here on ESChamp. Doing some cool stuff, aren't we? Yeah.
We are.
Yes, we are. We are. Stuff. We are doing awesome stuff. Yeah, I'm really excited for our humans versus bots match. We're going to hopefully have a nice variety, a nice spread of bots that we can play against. Including some of these ones right here.
A bot buffet, really.
Bot buffet.
Yeah, I hope that they work. We've got so many running in different languages now that I know that kind of complicates things a bit. But yeah, hopefully it's figured out, and hopefully we get some good volunteers to play and be human sacrifices potentially to the bots or champions of humanity. You never know.
Never know.
Never know.
Who do we got? Ooh, look at this. We've got DominionDog on screen here. This is our first matchup of the night. He has been giving us a great show this season. This is, of course, Fidelina's. We saw Fidelina last season as a Zerg player.
Yes.
But this time going at it as a Terran. Yeah, one of our few Java bots here. I believe we have 3 in total. Nice win rate percentage. But up against MicroMachine, the top dog, the highest elo, the best win rate. How are you going to beat him, Endersword?
He's just kind of tightened everything to the point that like gimmicky stuff probably isn't going to work. You're going to have to just kind of outplay him straight up, and I don't know how that's going to go, but we'll see what DominionDog's put in. And there's always a risk. MicroMachine does make so many updates to kind of fix weak points, and it was obviously going to be focused on beating Jensii. There is always a chance that it programs in some problems. And there's not enough time to thoroughly test everything, so there's always a bit of an X factor when new things are made.
Well, we saw that perfectly with Ketrock's bot last week, which again, we might say he said he had tested it, tons and tons of times on the ladder, and he had never encountered that command center getting blocked by the SCVs in any of those and then the one time, it's in the middle of the tournament. It's like, oh, okay, that's when I notice it. Great. And of course, all the updates are final at this point. So we're going through to the end. No more updates. These bots just have to make it on their own merit from here on forward. So
they are what they are.
They are what they are. And they are pretty awesome. They are looking good. All right, are we ready? I'm not watching the timer. No, we're not quite ready yet.
We're close to ready.
We're so close.
I think we'll put the poll up in chat. I'm curious to see what chat's inclination will be. Does anyone bet on the dog with the pipe?
Are you? You're going to. He's kind of been your favorite, right?
I do. I mean, I like the dog with the pipe, but I do still have to bet on MicroMachine. Don't bet against French Canada.
That's good.
Ever, really?
Good advice.
So, yeah. Like, I feel like the dog with the pipe is actually something that you would find in a small town in Quebec. Like, I can imagine a dog with that pipe sitting on a porch whittling.
Just normal to see. You just, that's Bruno.
I'm wearing an old Montreal Canadian sweater. They don't call them jerseys there. They call them sweaters.
It's a good look for him. It is time, everybody. Thank you once again for tuning in to day 7, our final normal day of our season here of season 1. in the year of 2021. Let's hop into our first best of 3 MicroMachine versus Fidelina. Let's go. I'm sorry, DominionDog. Let's go. Fidelina's DominionDog. Let's do it.
Fidelina's DominionDog. Fidelina's DominionDog.
No, it's not working. Well, we'll just take mental tally.
Wrath
We got a couple
and
DominionDog
unusuals.
We'll count. Someone write it down in the post-it and give it to us later.
Yeah.
You know what we should do? Maybe in an upcoming season, we should do a show match where we make Raph and Unusual both code their own bot to play against each other to see if we can like ruin their friendship.
Oh yeah, but they have like 3 days to do it or something.
Yeah.
So we'll really, so
like
they
that.
get very little sleep in the process. Really
Yeah.
make them.
Exactly. And like neither of them is allowed to do Terran. One of them has to do Zerg. One of them has to do Protoss.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's start putting our bot authors through some hell
Yeah.
here. That's how you bring out the best, the genius in people, is by putting them in stressful situations like that.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
That's true. Got a little Go Java. Yeah, we got some fans for everybody here. All right, we are on Submarine for our first best of 3. It is our last best of 3 for one of these bots. And I'm liking. I missed. What did MicroMachine say he was going to do, or was he just giving off what he can do? I think in the text.
I think yeah. So it did pick standard.
Oh, okay, there it is.
I think it often picks that as its opener, and then it will evaluate after.
Well, and the 0-0, that's its win-loss, right? So when it goes that strategy, I'm assuming that's what that is. If it wins, it's like, yeah, okay, that works. So we'll do that more often. And if you lose, then yeah, maybe don't use that one.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's one thing about the way that these run. When they're on the ladder, I think they build up those records to the point that they've got dozens, if not hundreds, of results. But whenever they come into this, they're kind of reset to blank, which does obviously kind of affect what happens.
Ooh, nice timing for the Reaper.
Double.
Oh man, double Reaper.
Kind of. This was something that someone had called. I forget who mentioned it, but like the double Reaper opening, and then eventually like 3 at a time. That this has the potential to overwhelm MicroMachine if it comes before some of the other stuff is ready. But these first 2 Reapers are not going across the map. They're kind of securing themselves. And so if a tank is out, maybe it doesn't work.
Wait, whose grenade was that? I missed it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They will catch, and now 5 will go across. But I think a tank will be done. A Marine is done. I'm not sure if it's 2 Marines. Yeah, 2 Marines are out, but I mean they're they'll die, but they're taking time at least.
Oh, it's all about that tank.
The tank gets set up well.
Oh, it is on the high ground. The Reapers are going to get up here, though. It's going to start attacking the tank. There's nothing here to repair the tank. Oh, no, the tank is pinned.
The Marines are not coming. The Marines are not coming. Okay,
Oh,
pretty
man.
bad. The Marines kind of stutter stepped and didn't come up the ramp. They needed to go up and help because that's a big, like, well, literally a tank. That would take a lot of fire, right? So they could have done some damage to defuse this, but unfortunately now he is certainly playing from behind, at least for a bit. There is a Banshee on its way out with a cloak. That'll have a hard time chasing down a whole bunch of Reapers, especially with 4 building at a time. This could be over right here, even though I think he had the material to defend this.
Yeah, I think if he had gotten the Banshee out a little sooner or something, or...
I think
he's just going to lose all his SCVs.
It was
right?
the 2 Marines to come up and help the tank, and they did.
Yeah, that's all he truly needed. But I was going to say, the Banshee is going to do great if he can have anything for an economy behind it, but...
Yeah, he's got nothing.
He's got nothing.
And unfortunately, he doesn't even have the minerals at this point. Does
he
not
even have any SCVs left? He has one worker left he could use to finish that command center, and maybe somehow, some way, get some SCVs rolling here, because DominionDog's just now expanding.
And he is switching. So tank is up. He's switching to Marine. So actually the Reaper attack is stopping. The tank does go down.
Oof,
But I mean, yeah, he's got nothing. Like he's gonna have to. We're up to 2 workers. Luckily, this is at least an orbital, so we'll get some muling done. But this would be like one of the best comebacks of all time if he does pull it off.
Anything is possible with bots.
We've seen things.
Oh, look at those turrets!
Like it happen.
Oh man, turrets everywhere. It's like maybe the Banshee will go across and get a little counter damage. DominionDog says no. He's going to build turrets everywhere. Yeah. And MicroMachine is in a really, really tough pickle here.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be hard to spin out of this. He is getting, if the second command center was done, that he could kind of catch up on the economy more. The other issue with it is he's got precious few workers, and then 2 of them are still on gas. Whereas he obviously needs to be making SCVs full time, and he doesn't have the minerals for it.
Yeah, the cloak is nice, and MicroMachine is oh so good at staying out of the range here. So he's going to be able to maybe get some worker kills. Maybe as he goes up into the main or something, there won't be quite enough turret coverage. He's having a hard time finding an opening here with those Marines bouncing in and out.
Yeah, it's hard to see. Like, I don't know what DominionDog's ultimate timing is going to be to just push out. Maybe he's going... No, he's moving down to a 3rd. So it's going to look like a push out.
Yeah, push out would just straight up kill MicroMachine right now, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I don't know. Well,
only a few Marines.
He'll
get a bit. Raven is coming out now. This is a good spot for the Banshee. It's going to get some work done here.
Yeah, all right.
Try and stay. Oh, that's interesting. They're actually coming to repair this as opposed to mine from it. So it's taking both shots without going in. So it could be a really, really strong bait.
Oh, it's super good at just pulling them in one at a time. And the Banshee, thankfully, it's changing its circuit fire.
Oh, it's moved. I don't know.
That's right. I think.
All right. Oh, because it's cloak. Yeah. It's done, but yeah, it's okay. I mean, that's a huge. It's 21 kills on that Banshee.
That's one way to kind of reset that worker count a little bit. It is still vastly in DominionDog's favor right now, but hey, it's a start.
Yeah. Here comes a Raven. That's going to help keep this away.
Yeah, MicroMachine not ready. He has no Vikings, obviously. That would be a nice little combo right there, a Viking Banshee combo.
That's the bravest Reaper of all time. Does get out. And to go after that building worker, that's another good pickup. If you could do that again with the guy building, but will not.
Yeah, and it's like MicroMachine's entire life right now is dependent on this one Banshee, it feels like.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I mean, imagine if he had, well, right now, 53 workers instead of 31.
Oh, yeah, he'd be vastly vested. As it is, he is catching up Endersword. It is now 18 to 32 work. He's on 2 base.
We're now getting to a point. Cyclones are coming out, but we're already got Vikings on the way. We've already got a Raven out. Like, DominionDog is definitely a lot further ahead in tech progression and so on.
Yeah. So, no upgrades, though, for anybody just yet. So if MicroMachine can hold off this attack, it's going to be huge. Actually, the Mules force a siege up. Oh, as the Cyclone should have stayed home that day, but it's going to buy him a few more seconds.
There's not a lot with this. There's a second wave kind of coming with it, but it's not a huge army, but there's really just so little at home here.
Yeah, did MicroMachine ever even get... Oh, there go all the Marines. Yeah, that's probably just going to be a good game. He didn't get any more tanks, did he?
No, I don't think he's ever had the money. He just went into Cyclones instead. Yeah, if he had one tank on the high ground, then there was potential here, but there's nothing up front. There's nothing going on. So a valiant effort. I mean, he clawed back to 28 workers to 39 from 0. So...
if he could just take a little tiny bit less damage, I think it will be fine. So maybe on a bigger map where it's a bigger rush distance for the Reapers to get across or something. Ooh, yeah, rough start for MicroMachine, but DominionDog will be able to take game number 1 here. 48 army supply to 11. Doing a good job playing safe, keeping his Marines there with the tanks to help protect and all that. But yeah, that's going to be a little bit of an upset here. Everyone voting for MicroMachine might need to rethink their lives here. It's too bad
I think
can't
that was the one known potential problem was the Reaper Rush. And MicroMachine didn't. Again, I think it had the stuff to not hold it like clean, but to hold it.
Survive.
Yeah, to survive that. And it just didn't work together exactly. The Vikings here kind of doing their last dance, but we'll go down so many tanks here now.
All right, well, in DominionDog's first season is doing a great job at maybe moving on to the grand finals here. Second season for the author, but yeah, this is DominionDog's debut run here. And wow, taking down MicroMachine in quite the fashion. Yeah, that is kind of the best way to beat MicroMachine, it feels like, is cripple him early. So you just get ahead of him and stay ahead of him, because in a straight up fight, most of the time, I think you're going to lose against MicroMachine.
Yeah, like you could see just how quick, like even getting a tiny bit of breathing room, how much it was going to be able to kind of come back. I think even if this push had come in like a minute later, it might not have worked. But we'll see. But they're saying in chat that was MicroMachine's most defensive opening, so it might be an issue. But well,
I do think part of it was a little of the positioning. The tank got super stuck on the supply depot. Had the depot not raised because of the Reapers being there, if the tank had been in literally any other spot, maybe it could have gotten back to SCVs repairing. I feel like a bunch of little tiny things could have gone differently there. So
let's see.
We'll see. We're getting game number 2 loaded up here.
Yeah.
And
we'll see what kind of picks. I kind of. I do wonder what it goes with. It could go with a proxy marauder type thing. It could go with, but I kind of worry it'll go with early expand and kind of be worse off.
Yeah, that would not be good when you have that many Reapers coming across early, because we know it feels like that's going to be Fiddling or DominionDog's ticket to success is those Reapers. We'll see.
They work. I mean, they've worked for a long time. It's a steamrolly thing. I was a little surprised actually that it rolls out of them as quickly as it did. It got to a point where it essentially had won with the Reapers, but it had already switched into Marine building, and so it didn't finish things off. If it had just kept making 4 or 5 at a time, then it would have just won right there. But instead, it did allow MicroMachine back into the game.
Well, let's see what happens in game number 2. If MicroMachine can pull himself back and maybe get us to an ace match, let's hop into it right now. Game number 2. Oh shit, I left a beer in the freezer. I'll be back.
Fidolina's DominionDog. Raph RR and Unusuals. MicroMachine.
Oh yeah, that would be ironic if our chat bot is broken. So it does look like MicroMachine here has called for the early expand, so that could leave it in an even more vulnerable position. But I don't remember. Does the MicroMachine early expand come with a bunker though?
I don't think so. Maybe it does.
Because I think a bunker, would obviously help. He could go into the main, but it just kind of cuts down some potential, or at least gives him a place to fall back to a rally round. But I don't recall if this one does. A lot of the Terran bots do kind of default open with a bunker, but I don't know. We'll see.
We will see. I do like it. It at least is going barracks first.
Yeah.
So and maybe it will build, because last game it built Reapers and went right across the map, and 2 Reapers died right away. If he can keep a couple of initial units just at home, then yeah, maybe. I'm a believer, man.
Yeah.
I believe in MicroMachine. I will never not believe in MicroMachine.
Yeah, very early engagements, like the initial just way that you engage is so important to what's going to work.
Feels like a lot of MicroMachine's games are set, like the pace is set just right in the first few minutes. Those first couple Reapers, if they're able to get in or not. And yeah, you could say. I guess you could say that about a lot of pro play and stuff. But it's cool to see the bots play like pros. Is what I'm saying.
True. So Reaper will go out, and we'll end up scouting what's going on. I assume that DominionDog will do the same thing of withholding 2 Reapers back and then kind of go on with 4. So if Factory is coming for MicroMachine, but yeah, again, this is just going to be slower than the first game.
No, he is not building a second Reaper this time. And he's getting that factory. It feels like the factory is coming out sooner because didn't he have? Okay, there's the second Reaper now, so maybe maybe this is.
I think the first time he had actually built a Reaper and then a Marine right away. I don't think he built the second Reaper.
I thought he had 2 Reapers that came across pretty much right after the other that both died.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know.
I feel like that's
maybe.
What
because I know
anyway,
he had 2 Marines by the time the Reaper force had made it across. And this time, despite having the factory is there, but he's getting the tech lab. The tank has not actually started yet. Now here comes
it's going to be
the push out. Now there's already 1 red Marine with that, but he's gone back to Reaper production. And yeah, here comes the second guy. He'll kind of take a poke. Yeah, you're right, because that grenade, this encounter happened.
Well, this encounter happened, but up in DominionDog's main. Oh, and this didn't happen, though. The Reaper, he's buying a lot of time for that tank.
Yeah, so it leaves 1 Marine back with 1 Reaper. Now this will be different. Will this cause the tank to come out and siege or do something different?
I think last time, he just fought it on siege.
He's right on it, but see, look, the Marine at the low ground and the one
the
in the high ground.
They did it!
They win. That's all we needed from the first time. Yeah.
How you do it, Marines.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
So now we're in a different game. Now we're cooking with gas. This tank will get repaired. Woo! Yeah, that's it. For whatever reason, the 2 in that first game did not come up the ramp to help. And I think I was pretty sure that would have tipped it completely, and we just saw that it did. That makes a difference.
And the distraction, I do think that distraction was huge, how they pulled it and just gave it a few extra seconds.
Yeah.
Because the Marines would have died to the Reapers before, as the tank was popping out or something. Yeah, no, it just the way everything, that's what I'm talking about. Everything can change with just a couple little tiny situations like this. And there's the lock on, Cyclone's out, so these Reapers are going to get shut down.
Yeah.
Boom. We're back in it.
Totally different game here. Yeah.
I think we're going to get an ace match now. That's what I think.
That's it's kind of you have to have faith in it given how much it came back last time. Let's see how well this Banshee does though when it pops out. So it's much later obviously than the first game. This tank's getting a little brave, but can the Cyclone help?
Did they just push a siege tank?
I thought they did, with the grenades.
Was it a grenade? I thought they just body.
Yeah, it looked like that, but I think it was a grenade.
You get enough Reapers, you could just push tanks around. That'd be fun.
All right, so that was a dead tank, unfortunately. That one got a little brave. Yeah.
Wow, what a turnaround. Yeah, this is looking so much better. Economy is in MicroMachine's favor. I'd say the army is as well with the Banshees. There's no Vikings coming out just yet. I believe the starport finished for DominionDog, right?
Yeah.
Or am I making that up? I love how they get
I don't know what's happening here, though. Like, this tank by itself sort of thing is not great. It gets some damage done and the Cyclone helps, but losing a tank each time to some Reapers is not.
I do have to commend their interaction, though. The way the Reapers jump onto the tank, the way the tank unsieges to deal with it. It's just...
No turrets here this time. And this tank of the high ground will be much better placed. There's now mixing in some Marines. Last time he made that initial wave or 2 of Reapers and then straight into a bunch of Marines. This time he's kept it mixed. Now he's going full Marine coverage.
Yeah, that is some good coverage indeed. Yeah, with no turrets here, this Banshee is just gonna have a heyday. At least in the other one, the turrets were kind of limiting its where it can get into. But
He's starting to build one
Wow.
now, but or several of them. But the one in the main is not going to go anywhere as the second Banshee comes in, and he's basically going to wipe this out.
Yeah, it's not time for the scrap heap for MicroMachine just yet, or for DominionDog. You know, and this is what exactly what I was
still
hoping for.
Still too close to call, not necessarily in this game, but the series for sure.
Yeah, I think we're going to an ace match though.
Yeah, it does. It is shaping up this way. This still though these unguarded tanks is weird.
Hey, it's working.
It's kind of working, but yeah, if there was, I don't know, they need something like one Marine is not enough to cover it, but it's gonna.
I think. Look at so that was interesting. I don't know if you know. So the tanks were in range. They were both in range, but they couldn't see the command center after they had gotten in range. But they stayed sieged instead of being like, "Oh, we can't see it anymore. Let's unsiege." They stayed there, and Marines then came and gave them vision. That is, I just, it's a small detail, but very, very important, I think. You know, if they were to unsiege and then siege back up and then unsiege, you can waste time, and we've seen tanks get jumped on when they're doing that, sieging, unsieging, trying to get, you know, that perfect spot or whatever. So, I don't know, just little details that show how refined MicroMachine has really become.
No, definitely. A lot of the bot makers, particularly on this map, have apparently really designed around that base, the gold base.
Yeah, that's always the
because it's such a fighting spot. So they'll take out the command center here and move on up to the main, and there's nothing left here. So we'll indeed go to an ace match, and it's still very much on a razor's edge. What will happen? Will DominionDog now change its build order facing a loss, or is it going to do the same thing? I think it's almost better off doing the same thing and hoping it works, but will it know that? Like it seems like it would be very map dependent, essentially.
Yeah, I don't know. Everything, those little tiny details, when the tank pops out, where it gets attacked, where the Marines are, every little thing adds up. What's going on? We had a poll. The poll's been canceled. It got started again. Are we going to do a poll one more time and let people? Okay, so it's not ready yet. Well, I'm just for everybody else as well. But
I think it's rigged.
It's always rigged.
Isn't Dominion the name of the company?
Oh yeah, but they were proven to be
their dog. Yeah. So I don't know.
They're going to sue you for some defamation or something. So
definitely, I think Dominion is working with a guy that makes pillows or something. I haven't been following it, but we'll see. We'll get the poll up as soon as we can.
Hopefully soon. While we're getting that poll up, make sure, again, you check out everything below. We've got a bot template if you are a new bot author and just checking out ProBots. Make sure you check out aiarena.net and go check out the ladder there. That's where all these bots have qualified from. Yep. And there's like 50 plus on there. We've got a cool little template. You can get started. You can code in Java, C++, or C# or what is it? Yeah, C++, Rust now. We've got people doing in. Pretty much anything. The most resources are in Python. Python, yeah. So check out Python if you're looking for a nice, easy route. I'd say that's the way to go. But anyway, let's get ready. Game number 3, our ace match, to decide who will move on and who will get tossed to the scrap heap. Will it be MicroMachine? Will it be DominionDog? Let's find out here on ESChamp.
Fidolina's DominionDog. Wrath RR and Unusuals. MicroMachine.
Yeah, tanks are crazy good. I agree with that sentiment. Death Aura for our ace match, map number 3. What's the rush distance like on this one? Is it
I mean, it looks a little far, but there's not too many deviations.
Oh,
there's okay. Well, this is something else entirely.
This doesn't matter when you're building right outside.
Yeah. So the rush distance has been negated.
Not even trying to hide it. No respect whatsoever. He is just going to throw it down in the natural and just try to bust through and be faster. It is a little bit behind MicroMachine's barracks, but it is outside of the vision range as well. So MicroMachine doesn't know about it just yet.
Yeah, so this is interesting. Is he going to try and bunker with this as well, or is he just going to put
Oh, here we go. He's about to see
two
it.
here?
Well, and he's got another barracks coming up at home. So this is not an all-in. This is just meant to, I think, slow down and create a nuisance.
Unfortunately, a unit is not yet building for MicroMachine. He sees it and is just like, nope, early expand. I said early expand. That's what I'm doing.
I go to the third. All right.
All right, a bunker coming for MicroMachine. So it does realize there's some sort of threat here. Where is this bunker, though? Okay. Okay, I like that.
It's good for Reaper.
Pretty
dealing.
good. It could be more aggressive, but that's fine.
No, I do like it. Yeah, I think it'll be good for dealing with these Reapers. First Reapers are about to pop out, one on each side of the map here. No unit out just yet for MicroMachine, but the fact that it's going to pop out while DominionDog's Reaper's attacking means it will probably get the first shot off. And
you know what?
Fight, right?
Never mind that bunker.
Boom.
The bunker.
Oh yeah, the bunkers for the gas. We totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
How many weeks have we seen this now? Jesus.
Yeah. It just made so much sense at that exact time that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forgot about the gassing. Yeah, it's just the gas bunker. Yeah, we know. We're sorry. We're wrong.
Yeah.
I blame Endersword. Yeah, in case you're not aware, that is MicroMachine's gas mining trick. It does requires less SCVs to get pretty much the same amount of gas there, so it's a good investment. All right, Reaper actually getting some kills here is going to come up and still kind of creating a little bit of chaos. MicroMachine gets another Reaper out here, but he's just on one barracks production. So finally, a Hellion coming out, but that is going to be pretty vulnerable to the Reapers as well if it doesn't take a good fight.
Yeah, Reapers will definitely get a lot of damage here. The fact that the third base is taken is doing a weird thing and kind of splitting them a little bit. Like the Reapers have not clumped up yet. And then that bunker is kind of saving some SCVs because they're just jumping in and out instantly. So here's the Hellion to save the day. Is he going to grab him? Does. Nice coordination. And we'll now start to go to town on this barracks. I think they will eventually either force the lift off or get it. And again, distractions. Definitely worth their weight in gold.
Yeah. With the base coming up behind this, MicroMachine is looking like he's doing just fine.
Two Hellions. I think he's going to be really good here. There, one comes out, insta dies. He'll try and chase this other guy down. Don't get too far. Yeah, gets him just in time. So, he'll lose his, but at the expense of another. And
there's just no cohesion.
Is coming behind it. Yeah. So, MicroMachine's forces are just working a lot better together. So even though there was more kind of coming with DominionDog, they never got to a mass. Really working, and they'll come back just in time to catch this next guy coming out, and insta death for him.
Yeah, there's just never been that good mass. If he had just fallen back and grouped out 5-6 of his Reapers, I think he could have taken this fight against MicroMachine pretty effectively, just with how well they're kiting and stuff. But that Flame's able to finish him off really well.
He's getting these ones that are trying to flee as well, which is
with that Flame,
yeah. So now I think we're back into a pretty commanding position for MicroMachine.
Yeah, that early command center is huge. DominionDog's going to be trying to catch up here, and we saw in last game what happened when MicroMachine didn't go down by 30 workers.
And that tank in a really good position now too. That's like the ideal. And he's just distracted right on the map here too.
Cloak getting close as well. I don't think DominionDog will even have turrets up again this time around. It is looking good for MicroMachine. Wow. I thought for a little bit DominionDog was just going to keep manhandling MicroMachine, but now I think MicroMachine has wised up to the antics and has really dealt with it just so perfectly and effectively. Yeah. Just bypassing the barracks and was like, all right, fine, I'm still going to build my command center. Just a brilliant move. Worked really well. Yeah, I'm thinking MicroMachine might have this. Okay, no, a little attack force here will get crushed. Needs to be careful. DominionDog has a lot of Marines banked up at home that I didn't notice.
Yeah, does indeed. This one I think a lot more similar to the first game in that he kind of aborted the Reaper production after a bit, and
Oh, you know what's bad though is these Marines have all left the main base as the Banshee is coming in. Oh, it would have been nice to have them here to deal with this, I think. There are a couple Marines, but with Cloak out, and I don't think any scans available. Yeah, he's just
that one.
So maybe
that
it's okay that they weren't
available yet. So they'll and stopping production on the NG Bay is going to be big too.
No. Does he have a scan? Oh, he uses it on a mule.
He dropped the mule.
No. Yeah, I think that might just be it with the Banshee. If he had scanned and killed the Banshee, I was still going to be a little hopeful here, but he's going to lose his entire army to this Banshee. The Banshee's going to be able to finish off the tank. It's got so much cloak still. The starport is not even finished. There's no turrets. There's just nothing. Wow, what a series here. What a comeback from MicroMachine. And yeah, 42 army supply to 9, 50 to 25 workers. I think that's going to seal the deal, and I think we have got our bot moving on, Endersword. Whew, he made me nervous there in game 1.
Definitely did. It looks like he made the creators nervous as well.
Yeah, they all gave up on him.
Yeah, the more offensive build worked out better. And,
it was really. Yeah, that early expand was nice. Well, well done, MicroMachine, and a great run out of DominionDog this season. Again, DominionDog's debut season had some phenomenal games. Gave us some who did. Let's see, I'm looking here. Took out BlinkerBot. That's not easy. Took out BenBot BC. Finally lost to Tier. Tier is looking really strong. We're going to be seeing him next week. But no, yeah, seriously, a phenomenal run out of DominionDog. But you're going to the scrap pile. It's your fate.
Yeah, I think the bot will change. The dog in the hat will remain.
Yes, good.
I'm pretty sure.
The soul remains.
All of it. Yeah.
Well, awesome series. Great way to kick off our last night here. Again, we're only doing 3 best of 3s tonight. So stick around, get comfy. We're gonna be done quicker than you can say ProBots or something. I don't know. I didn't think that one through very well.
Quicker than you can proxy a Reaper.
There you go.
We'll make that in
quicker than you can make a bot.
Yeah. There you go. using a pre-built template.
All right, who do we got coming up next? We have got, this is going to be a good one. JensiiiBot versus Spudde, and hopefully we'll have some voting up. They're going to whisper in our ear when it is. Who are you favoring? I'm favoring JensiiiBot.
I think I got to go with Jensi on this one too. Spudde has had definitely outperformed expectations, but I think
good season for Spudde.
Yeah, I think.
Well, I mean, Spudde beat Spiny, man. Like, anything's possible.
In those really remarkable pushes that were just timed really well to take him out, and but it kind of, the win was really good timing, but it was also kind of a little bit of a letdown by Spiny or an overconfidence. Not building some things, and it was also a really bad engagement in both cases. And I don't think JensiiiBot doesn't do bad engagements. So,
every now and then we see JensiiiBot stumble a little bit. So there's JensiiiBot didn't get into the lower bracket for nothing. Yeah. But here's Spudde here. I think Spudde could surprise us. Hey, we just saw in the first game of last series.
Yeah.
MicroMachine just got blindsided and just absolutely the uppercut, just boom.
Yeah. So. Yeah, if he's worked out a timing like a really good spot to hit, then maybe can pull something off if you catch during a transition. And I don't know how much Spudde has looked into it. Like that, the games against Spiny, it really looked like that was a calculated hit time. I don't know if it was, but if it was, this is the time, because he came right when Infestor Den was done, Spire was done, Hydra Den was done, but nothing was built yet. It was the best possible timing to hit his opponent. It's kind of an anti-timing that you catch him completely off guard and see if he has done anything like that, whether you can make a similar play for Jensi. I think a season or two ago, probably even just the one season ago, Jensi was definitely exploitable with the fact that it was so passive early and it was predictable early. It's not like that anymore, so I think it's harder to make that call. But let's see if Spudde found something.
Yeah, well, let's hop into it. I believe our game is ready. Our next best of 3, JensiiiBot versus Spudde here on ESChamp ProBots. Let's dive into it.
JensiiiBot. Spudde.
All right, winner of this will, of course, go up against MicroMachine in our last match tonight. Either way, whoever moves on, I think it's going to be a great series. I would like to see the JensiiiBot MicroMachine rematch.
Yeah, that's
personally.
kind of the rematch. I mean, their first series, I think, was the best that we've ever had in terms of just raw skill on both sides. We've probably had funnier games, but that was definitely the best in terms of skill level on both. And I really want
non-stop action too.
Yeah, exactly, and just so on a razor's edge the whole time, and like really even. And I know that MicroMachine has made really specific updates to like engagement rules and like really subtle stuff, and I want to see how that plays out, but we can't count out Spudde yet.
Nope, can't count any of these bots out until it's all over. Now I do believe both these bots got a few updates for their final round here. Yeah, JensiiiBot mostly just a few little tweaks on TVT, army control. He did improve a little bit of TVP as well. Should he go up against our last Protoss tier in the tournament. So
yeah,
a lot of nice little updates there. And then Spudde as well had a few updates, mostly against Terran. Just, a couple attacking updates here, acting defensively against Terran. Yeah. So just a couple little tweaks here. So no major strategies have changed out of these two bots. We're going to see pretty much the same play that we've seen, I think, most of the season out of them. Just out of Jensi, really controlled, precise army movement, really good decision making. Yeah. What do you think Spudde's gonna do? I'm curious how Spudde's gonna pull out, because I do think this is gonna be a little harder for Spudde than JensiiiBot.
Yeah, I definitely think it is. I was kind of hoping, I think the only chance is to try and hit some sort of timing thing. So maybe if he goes with a few tank push sort of thing, then it could work. Like if he just tries to hit an early 2 base timing. But I don't know.
Well, he's early expanding, so I don't think that's gonna. Well, maybe a 2 base. Maybe if he can survive that long.
2 base one, yeah. It's just a matter of getting there and then trying to have an advantage. So if he's got the bunker up front and can hold this kind of really light work here, and then just get a few tanks.
I don't know. I thought we were going to see a med back for drops.
Yeah, are we? So the Liberator's coming. So I think the Liberator would come out first, and then
you're right.
And then the medevac comes and follows. So I think we are. If he holds this really well, then I think it can put him in a position to counterattack. If this does damage, we've seen this do a lot of damage, but not game-ending damage yet. Despite the level of coordination, it hasn't found the sweet spot yet where the Liberator really gets into a good position, or the Hellions really. It's generally been the Reapers that do the damage.
Yeah, well, it is one of those attacks, one of those builds where you really have to be precise and reactive and be able to deal with, is the army coming from this way? Is it coming up the ramp? Is it, there's just so many little variables that it's hard for a bot to deal with that. Do I dive on the mineral line? Do I pull back and fight the army real quick?
Yeah, where's this tank in a siege? If the tank and bunker in a good position, then the Reaper jump up can be shut down. So here comes the medevac.
Yep, Hellion's going to pull back and
that tank's in a really good position.
Yeah, he's got to go for the main. I don't think there's anything in the main. And go north.
Usually his damage so far in the few that we've seen of this has been in the natural. That the main has been a big distraction, and then the Reapers come in. So let's see if this tank moves when this comes up.
Oh yeah, nice pathing here. JensiiiBot's gonna not alert anything here until the last moment. Hellions running in. The army it looks like it wants to deal with it, but
he unseats the tank. Oh, this is a much better liberator position too. It's taking the whole area. That tank doesn't quite know what to do.
Here come the Marines, but they're gonna get barbecued just a little bit. I wish the liberator was a little more to the left. Actually, it's gonna need to unsiege. There's a Viking here that will just kill it off. But decent damage. I think a few workers died, 5 workers. Oh no, 11. Wow.
Yeah,
way better than I thought.
So okay. I think we missed some on the low ground too, but because again those Reapers came in somewhere.
Oh yeah.
And the tanks were like siege juggling.
Oh yeah, look at all the damage SCVs there.
Yeah, so something happened there. So yeah, pretty good. So that's about the best that we've seen. It's been 11 actually a couple of times. So yeah, that's pretty good. Both of them are actually even workers after that, because Spudde did go for the earlier expand, but both of them looking healthy. But again, this is kind of to me the little bit of a window that Spudde is going to be at like 3 tanks to 1 for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I think had he actually taken that hit and immediately pushed out, that was the window. Because you just killed all those units. You lost your economy for it, but your units didn't really die. Theirs did. So you've got a small window of army lead, but I think even now it's too late now. Like once there's a tank or 2 out on the other side, it would hold. Yeah. But there was a window there, and I think it's now closed.
Well, despite that, JensiiiBot is still happy. Yeah, in case you weren't aware, those little emotes that were being pointed out, that it shows JensiiiBot's current mood based on the state of the game. So obviously, if JensiiiBot is winning, doing better, we'll probably see some big smiles. If JensiiiBot's getting beaten up a little bit, might see some frowny faces. So yeah, just a fun little meter, like a little mood ring for JensiiiBot here. Yeah, both bots going to go into that passive TVT 3-base style, start taking their whole side of the map, and then eventually we'll have some engagements, Endersword, in like 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, soonish. Both will build up, and I think both of them have reason to think that this is the right way to go. Despite all the damage, Spudde really not any worse for wear on this whole thing. He's actually going to be in the upgrade lead as well.
Oh, wow,
I think he's got the better defensive army, too. He's not going to get pushed in.
I think it's all going to even up by the time we see our first big engagement anyway. Because, they are getting pretty much the exact same upgrades. Doing kind of the same compositions as well. Just the Marine tank with some Viking support there. And even a Raven coming in for Spudde. That Raven's nice. I love the Raven. You got to have Ravens in TVT these days, I think. Especially in tank battles. If you get enough, you can obviously interference matrix and shut down tank lines, things like that. So turrets, but yeah, Jensii's got Ravens as well. Yeah, very, very mirror matchup here.
Yeah,
looking very similar.
Very similar rollout, and no strong advantage just yet.
Spudde's really come a long way in a few seasons here.
Yeah, no, definitely, it's improved a lot, and I think it wasn't really. It's kind of been one of the ones that hasn't really had its own like super unique, predictable personality or anything. It's just kind of workhorsing its way through, but then it has more recently found some cleverness, and here they're both moving out at the same time. Yeah.
Are we sure we didn't just put the same bot up against each other here? Ooh, nice anti-armor missile. Does get a decent chunk of the army here, and a good air engagement for JensiiiBot's going to be able to clean out the Vikings, and a bad move up the ramp out of Spudde into tank fire. Oh, another anti-armor missile. And he's going to lose everything here. JensiiiBot is going to... it's a costly on both sides, but JensiiiBot will take the fight in the end.
Yeah, delighted emoji.
Delighted, yeah. In the end, it was a much better engagement for JensiiiBot. Just the positioning was great. Again, though, he doesn't have a lot here, so pushing forward might not be the best move out of Jensiii.
Yeah, he's going to have to get the Vikings forward and kind of play the range game.
And he's doing a good job, actually. Yeah, he's keeping the tanks just out of range. Oh, he's got the vision as well, so that super low tank for Jensi is living dangerously, but he will get the kill. And now we're going to see him just slowly, ever so slowly creeping forward. More upgrades on the way as well. JensiiiBot getting ready for that later game, getting his 2-2, even some mech upgrades there, it looks like. Yeah. Oh, this is looking good. Man, it's amazing. Just one good engagement, and all of a sudden it's a domino effect, and Jensi can just keep rolling forward. Or I guess a snowball effect would be more apt.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, good Cheeto cannon there, and the planetary here helps out, but he's lost the position, and yeah, it's going to be very hard to get this back. He's expanding down to the bottom, like the left side middle.
Ooh, Marines, no. Yeah, that's not good. He's already down like 60 army supply, and now he's just trickling in Marines. Look at the blood splatter they leave, too. Just annihilated. Man, Marines are full of blood. Who knew?
There. Can't see that in... Is that still turned off for most Korean tournaments?
What?
The gore. You can turn off.
Gore? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can turn off, but they turn it off?
I think they do in Korea.
Oh.
Yeah. But
I crank all the graphics on high, everything. I want all the particles.
Yeah,
I want
me
everything.
too. I know.
Oh, what are you doing, Jensi? You won.
Yeah.
You just won the game with that push.
Jensi does do the occasional go home.
Yeah. Well, he got the third. He killed the base. Denied the base.
I've won the game. I'm basically max supply, but I'm still gonna go give someone some shore leave or something.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you got to take care of your army. I get it. All right, now he's gonna. No, I do like it. It is very safe play. Deny the base, pull back home, regroup, make sure you've got everything in order, and then go across, do more damage. And that's what we're gonna see here is JensiiiBot moving across to that fourth base location, and should just take the win here. 125 army supply to 46. 2-2 will finish up right now. There, yeah, close enough.
Yeah, he'll swing up here. This
Yeah,
one.
it's that one engage.
PF. If he gets on it before it's done, then that should be.
Oh yeah, that'll be it.
Take over. Yeah. Oh, but then the random backup.
Yeah, it's all right. He's just letting the tanks do the work. That's what they're for, Endersword. All right, save your bullets for the Marines, because here they come. Spudde, in one last desperate attempt, will walk into the meat grinder that is JensiiiBot's Tanks and Liberators. And with that, JensiiiBot will take game number 1 here on Submarine.
Yeah, it does seem so. There the planetary becomes active just in time to die.
Yeah, I think it really does just go down to JensiiiBot's late game is a little bit better, I think. Spudde, though, kept paces throughout that entire first bit of the game. Survived the attack, with the early expand, and was keeping it, right at neck and neck, even pushing out at the same time pretty much. But yeah, just that one really bad engagement up the ramp. I gave JensiiiBot the momentum he needed to easily kind of push through and crush Spudde down. All right. That's a wrap. Game number 1.
Yep.
Never let your army unionize.
Yeah.
Good advice.
Mm-hmm.
Good advice.
So true. It's the one thing governments never do. Yeah. So if he can hold the initial little drop play better, like and not lose, because he lost 11 workers and then was even.
Yeah.
So if he can hold that to 4 or 5 or something, then he could potentially be ahead. I don't know. And then maybe prompting. It's a game of inches especially with bots, that if you're maybe had 4 more workers live, then your push out is actually a little quicker than theirs. And then you meet them on their side of the map instead of yours and stuff like that. So it can kind of have the butterfly effect going on. But I don't know. It could easily go the other way and the attack can be much more successful.
Yeah, what if it's JensiiiBot attacking up a ramp?
Yeah, what up?
What up?
Possible. Jensi doesn't tend to do that.
Yeah.
But it could.
Yeah, no, of all the bots, decision making when it comes to engagements, I do think JensiiiBot has some of the best.
Yeah.
Just as far as when to attack, when to push up ramps, when to pull back home, things like that. It's very smart about it.
Really, good awareness of range, good awareness of vision, really good use of tank leapfrogging. Just again, inching up to where it needs to be. it never does the thing of like just unsieging 4 tanks and moving them all. It creeps up once it's in position.
We should do that thing. I just saw it on some StarCraft set where they like the players were raiding each other and have like the bots attack, defense rating, you know, speed rate, stuff like that. Like it's a Pokemon or something. I don't know. It might be fun. Anyway, game number 2 is ready, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hop into it and see if we're going to go to an ace match or if we'll have a bot going to the scrap pile. Game number 2 right now on ESChamp.
JensiiiBot. Spudde.
As always, a special thanks to Elad for helping out. Yeah, there's a lot of really good tools available for you Python scripters.
True.
So go check out all that stuff and get a bot in ProBots. We want to see more bots next season. When does season 2 start? We're going to kick that off. What is it? May? June? Something like that? June sounds right.
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe May.
So.
Yeah, a couple months. We're going to take a couple month break or something.
A couple months to let people, do some development, do some...
Yeah, we got to work on the bots a little bit.
We want innovation here, folks.
Yeah. Like the player? That would be cool. Get a bot to play against innovation.
Oh, that's true.
That would be cool.
He might do good.
All right, what is this? Ascension to Ire. This is our second time on the map this whole season, Endersword. I like this map a lot. I'm really sad we actually haven't seen it more.
Pretty good map.
Yeah.
There's nothing particularly weird about it, which is good.
Yeah, it is just a pretty standard map, but it's kind of why I like it.
Pretty key. So
TVT.
Yeah, good old TVT.
A lot of Terrans. Hey, there's still one Protoss, all right? All hope is not lost yet.
Yeah. He'll be there. There's at least going to be one in the final 3.
Yep. Yeah, tonight we will have our top 3. Actually, after this game, we're going to have our top 4. So we've got Ketrock, Tyr, MicroMachine, and then one of these 2 will complete our top 4 bots of the season. And those 4 bots will get re-invited to next season. So, yeah, Ketrock, Tyr, and MicroMachine have all secured their positions for season 2. Nicely done, gentlemen.
Indeed.
Everybody else has to work on the ladder and fight their way through. And yeah, again, you can check that out, aiarena.net. You can also check out their 24-hour stream on Twitch. You can check out some of these bots live. You can catch a lot of the games. Bots just playing against each other. So it's a lot of fun. I'll pull it up when I'm working a lot of the time and just have it kind of on in the background and watch a little StarCraft. It's kind of nice, honestly, not having casters for StarCraft every now and then. I kind of like just watching the game.
Seeing them move?
Yeah.
Do you mean that we should just shut up?
Yeah, let's just, everyone just shut up and let's just watch StarCraft.
Let's just observe.
No? Okay. Oh, we're getting told no in our... All right, well, we all know what the bunker here is going to do. It's going to thwart this attack out of JensiiiBot. So Spudde, again, with really good placement, is going to have to survive the next attack. So that's going to be the Liberator Medevac combo. Yeah, last game was the first time we really saw it work out for JensiiiBot. And I think it was a lot. Spudde just pulled everything kind of down to the natural. Didn't really move didn't move his tanks up to the high ground. You know, he sent some Marines up, but they kind of got barbecued a little bit. Eventually he did clear it out, but he lost 11 workers in the process. So we'll see if he can survive this time around a little bit more effectively here. Pretty exposed natural, though. No tank. Where's the tank? Oh, it's about to pop out.
Yeah, it's going to be there. The question will be if it's sieged or if it's tricked a little bit into pulling up.
Tricking the tank.
Yeah, it's going to go down to basically the same spot. Like almost the exact same as the first game. Let's see what the effectiveness rate is.
Here comes Medevac about to pop out.
Interesting here. I'm looking for like ways, since JensiiiBot does this exact same thing, there's little ways that you can cut a little bit of time off this. So one is that the Hellions go to the Reaper spot. And I kind of think he might be better doing this in the reverse order, because like the Medevac comes a little bit out of its way to get these and then goes over.
And then goes south a little bit. Yeah. It's not huge, but yeah, it's, every little couple seconds maybe.
It does add up since you're like painting them together.
Well, that's at least a 5 to 7 second difference.
Another thing that I think would actually be a thing to do, since he's so reliant on the 2 air units, is actually proxying the starport in some location, and then once you've made...
Oh, yeah, so it's just right there.
Yeah, you pull it back, because that's your number one waiting thing.
Oh, here comes the Liberator. I also would like to see the Liberator maybe a little more towards the ramp to catch units coming up and stuff, but this is a really good spot for the Liberator. Units might just trickle into its fire as they try to deal with it. Hellions in a great spot to receive the Marines as well, but plenty of Marines actually is going to clean this up quite effectively. Vikings in the sky as well. So all in all, I think it went a lot better. Oh, jeez, he lost 15. Where did they? We missed the Reapers again, didn't we?
Yeah, the Reapers came in. I don't know how many
right?
down there. They were certainly shelled fairly quickly, but
not that much damage down here actually this time. 15. It did not look that bad.
Yeah,
that's incredible.
The Hellions got a few building those 2 barracks there.
Yeah, that's true.
And the Liberator got a number more, and yeah,
it just adds up. Yeah, gosh. Well, that hurts, but Spudde is going to recover. He's only down 5 workers despite all that. Army supply very even as well. He even got his upgrades coming down before JensiiiBot once again. So these bots just very neck and neck. JensiiiBot with just some very well executed attacks this time around is really giving him a nice lead, though. I think without that, Spudde would actually be in a pretty commanding position. Imagine if he had 13 more, or 15? What do you lose? 15 more workers right now. He'd be spades ahead of JensiiiBot with upgrades finishing as well. Man, yeah, that attack. I guess I can't overstate enough how important that attack was. I guess for JensiiiBot, it feels like it was really important.
Yeah, like you spend a lot on it, so it does have to do a decent amount of damage to
slower command center doing it. Yeah. Wow. All right. Well, back to our TVT. We're gonna sit here and wait for him to get up to 3 bases, more upgrades. Now this is when we can just sit and be quiet and watch, right, Drek? Is that fine?
Totally
fine.
Or at least 30 more supplies worth. They're gonna make their turns. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah, we're not gonna miss anything. They're just getting stim, doing some drugs. It's fine. All right. Well, I am liking JensiiiBot's position. He is up a little bit on supply. Yeah, just that attack was so effective. And especially since it did more damage than last game, if he can receive this attack from Spudde pretty effectively, which this is a great spot to receive it. Well, actually, Spudde could get a really good position on that 3rd base. Maybe if he goes over to the right-hand side.
Yeah, exactly. If it sieges up good on the low ground here. And it will start. Yeah, I like the way that's shaping up, at least here. The tanks are a little far back, but if these get sieged up at the bottom, I think we might be all right.
Maybe they are out of range of Jensii's tanks here. Yeah. So he is going to get the command center. Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely much better. It's funny, despite it's kind of speculating it moving out quick. What's it doing here? That was just giveaways.
Yeah, he's just diving on stuff, giving some units away there. Well, all right, needs to be careful. Maybe he just wants to pull back here, because again, now Spudde's got a great lead. Wow, could we get another ace match Ender Sword on our final day? That would just be too good to be true.
Very well could. We'll see if he's got any finish here.
Oh my God, he's gonna get Jensii's other tank.
Yeah, he's got to finish. There it goes. Yeah, if he gets up on the high ground here, a lot of this stuff is really low. It's not going to take a lot to finish off.
Wow, he's gonna lose a Viking, a Raven. Oh my gosh, I think that's just game. It's double the army supply right now for Spudde. Look at that stream of units coming across. He's got +1 attack finished. JensiiiBot's +1 finally finishes right there, but he's got like what, 4 Marines, 5. Okay, he's got quite a few Marines popping out, but oh, what a good spot for Spud's going to be able to shell the high ground with that Raven, giving some high ground, even the Marine giving a little high ground vision as well. The command center goes down, relegating JensiiiBot to 1 base, and I think that's just too much damage.
Yeah, I agree. And yeah, this is the attack that we were looking for. The post, the hold the harassment and counterattack like fairly quickly. It's a tiny bit later than I would have wanted, but it works. He got in a position that he did it well.
I love the Marauders mixed in too.
Yeah.
Wow, how did he just crushed through JensiiiBot. That was just incredible. Yeah, JensiiiBot had no chance to recover or come back. He just kept getting pushed back all the way to his main, and now he's just dead. What a game. We're going to an ace match, Endersword.
Are indeed. I know you love them.
Especially today.
Yeah, just never took his foot off the gas. Once he started to attack, he just kind of continued. Jensii doing a couple uncharacteristic things there, running about 10 to 12 Marines down just for nothing, like move commanding them down.
Sad Jensii.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was not the best idea to move them down like that. Not at all.
There you go. So I was kind of hoping that slightly less damage would prompt an earlier push out, but slightly more damage prompted an earlier push out.
Yeah. Hey, look at that. The poll is working. Get your votes in. I'm surprised we don't have more people voting for Spud after that game we just saw.
What's up?
Wow, Spud is just quite the fighter here. We're going to have an ace match between these two. Absolutely good stuff in just about a minute. So yeah, get your votes in. Type in exclamation mark vote, and then the bot's name, whoever you think's going to take it. There's a vote for Spud. That's what I like to see.
That's laddie.
No, this is anybody's game at this point. Yeah. Absolutely. MicroMachine dropping a game, Jensii dropping a game. Anything is possible. Endersword.
Anything is possible. Anything. All right. Yeah, we'll see. Let's see what map this is. Like that was a perfect position. He just got in exactly the right spot. The fact that it was kind of low ground in a wide open spot below a ramp, like it just everything checked out there. Works.
It works. Thank you all so much for joining us and being here. After this next game, we are going to do a quick little break, and we'll talk a little bit about PostBots. Do we have a PostBots segment to play today? Is that
I don't know.
Nope, not today. All right. Well, if you like PostBots and extra content, again, make sure you check out our Crown Club membership next week, or this week, tomorrow. We will be having Drex, Sama, and Laddie joining us, so we'll get to see Drex Sama's beautiful face once more, and then a kangaroo or something for Laddie. That's always his representation.
Some guy.
He's Australian, in case you didn't catch that. All right, game number 3, our last game between these two bots. One of them will be moving on. The other will go to the scrap pile. Will it be JensiiiBot? Will it be Spud? Let's find out here in our ace match on ProBots.
JensiiiBot. Spud.
Okay, romanticide to finish things off. This is the last life of one of these bots, Endersword.
Is indeed.
Always sad to see him go.
Very tense moments.
Yes. Oh man, so tense. All right, well, no cheese. Yeah, neither of these guys really like the cheese. They prefer their standard straight up game. That is how we saw JensiiiBot beat MicroMachine. Was just a very standard straight up play and just an absolute clash between those two, which we might see again if he's able to pull out the win here. But the way Spud has been playing, I would not mind seeing a Spud versus MicroMachine game either. He has given us some great, solid play, some really good decision making as well. holding off some nice attacks. He's really become quite the refined bot here to be able to go toe-and-toe with JensiiiBot. Incredible.
Very true. Good decision making. And I think it's that. It is that. His Spud stuff has been decision making and timing.
It's a huge part of
A lot
StarCraft.
the other ones really are using kind of the control and the micro and the whatever. Jensii's not, or Spud is not bad at that, but it's really more the timings that it's choosing to do things that are very crisp and on point.
Yeah, if Spud makes it to the final day, I'll personally change his icon with his permission, of course, to a happy potato, because I know he will have definitely earned his spot in the top 3 or 4 or whatever he gets. But we'll see. We're not there yet. We have got to finish things off here on Romanticide. JensiiiBot's getting a nice scout off as the Reaper pops out, and Spud will get first blood, and then just sit at home like a good Terran.
Just chill. Just
Yeah,
chill.
chill, man. Just chill.
Yeah, Spud. Open him pretty much the same way. He'll get the bunker down front again, and it looks like Jensii again is going for basically the same deal.
Yeah, this has kind of been Jensii's bread and butter this season, and it's even when it doesn't work as far as the harass goes, it still seems to, kind of get him in a decent spot or give him a little edge.
Now, the location of the natural has actually become important here. It's not as well placed for the Reaper run-in. So the Reapers are going to have to come alongside, right? So they can't just jump. In the other 2 maps, they've been able to come up right around where the gas is and get behind very quickly. This time they can't do that. They're going to have to go through the front, or at least the side. It's just going to be longer.
Yeah.
So that could be a factor. It's also depending on building placement in the main, Spud may see the Liberator and dropship a lot quicker. So I think it'll make a difference. We'll see what it does.
I'm hopeful for it. I think it'll still get some damage.
It'll definitely get some damage regardless. And very often we know that the map shape or the shape of an engagement will change the outcome, but it's often hard with bots to predict in which direction. I know with people this would make it harder and it would do less damage, but with a bot it could very easily mean, well, this took a little longer, therefore the tanks were more out of position by the time they got there, and it actually does more.
Yeah.
So we don't know yet.
All right, well, Medevac's about to pop, and then we'll see JensiiiBot's got his command center halfway done as well behind all of this. But Spud with that earlier command center. And that's always, I think, kind of what has allowed Spud to absorb that initial damage. And especially in the last game, just kind of keep the momentum going and take the win. He lost, 15 workers, but he was still pretty much even because he had that earlier command center. So again, big investment of resources for JensiiiBot. So he has to get damage done, I think. If he doesn't, he's going to be behind.
Yeah, no, definitely true. Medevac will swing up here now.
All right, let's see it, JensiiiBot. I want to see what you got. Show me what you got. Yeah, look at that. Just every time. Undefended out of Spud. Nothing in the main. And then here come the Reapers. Wow, this time they get absolutely annihilated.
But there's less defense up here. But yeah, that was my concern, is that was just a complete shutdown. There's no damage. But then the SCV's doing weird stuff there.
Yeah, kind of playing in the fire a little bit. It's not always the best move. But in the end, gets cleaned up back to just 11 workers lost. Yeah. So, all right.
That's it. If those SCVs had just gotten out of there, but they did this weird lineup where they turned back around and sacrificed.
Lost like 5 more or something. Yeah, little things. Oh yeah, look at all those yellow SCVs. All right, but as it is, Spud has held, and we're dead even on supply. 58 for both parties here. It's still anybody's game. Like this has gotten so hard to call some of these games. I feel foolish even trying to predict what's going to happen. Ravens coming out, upgrades coming down again. Spud just a little bit ahead in that regard. So that's where I do think, Spud's got a better chance earlier game. The later this game goes, I think JensiiiBot's going to start to seal the deal. Nice medevac heal. Nice. All right. Keep those workers happy and healthy. It's always good.
Decent. Very nice of them.
You can no longer vote in the poll. Oh, we got another Spud vote there. Nice.
This guy chilling, keeping an eye on what's going on.
Wonder if that makes you. Do you think that makes you dizzy?
Oh,
Or does the suit have auto like gyroscopes to compensate for
something like that? Yeah, I call it inertial dampeners,
Yeah.
something like that.
No, that's Star Trek.
Yeah, that's
Wrong universe.
true. It's probably true. Is Wesley Crusher not in this game?
If he is, he'd be. I'd say he's like Egon Stratman's little brother or something.
That would make sense. That definitely makes sense.
They're definitely related.
Egon is definitely from Ghostbusters. I think we all know that.
Oh, is he? Is he supposed to be?
I think that's what he's supposed to be. I think that's
Really?
why that's his name. But yeah,
No.
what is it? Egon Spangler?
Well, he wasn't always like the weird mad scientist. He started off very normally when they first made StarCraft II. He was, kind of the nerdy guy, but then he started huffing Vespine or something and just fried his brain. Don't do Vespine, kids. It's not good.
True. It's true.
Not
It's
good.
bad. It is bad for you.
Smash that like button. Trying to get people to unfollow us, Drek? What the hell?
They should do some version of like you can choose to make an extractor or you can choose fracking, but it damages your own troops over time. You get more gas quicker.
You get more gas quick. Well, if you got medevacs, that's not a huge problem.
Yeah.
Does it affect shields or shields?
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah. What did Terrazine do to the people? Does something.
Terrazine's bad. Oh yeah, that's what it was. Terrazine. Yeah.
Terrazine is, it wasn't the Vespine that they
Wasn't
reminded.
Vespine, yeah,
Terrazine.
That's right. Anyway, we've got 3 bases here. Comes the first big push out. This is what we've been waiting for. This could be it. The giant snowball rolling down the hill. Let's see if Spud can make it happen. JensiiiBot is just going to sit at home and receive it. JensiiiBot will have will have stim finish, but not +1 attack for his Marines. But coming up a ramp could be disaster.
Yeah,
Spud.
he's got the high ground here, Anakin, and I think he's got the
Well, tanks do getting into a decent spot here. JensiiiBot is going to start pulling back a little bit, taking a lot of fire on his own tanks, but there's now no Marine cover for Spud, and with that, I think his army's going to get pushed back here. But it's not over yet. He's still sitting on 3 bases. He is down actually quite a bit in supply here. That was not the best engagement. Yeah, pushing up those ramps is...
Jensi's going to push the issue here and choose this time to move out himself. I think the only thing that made that a little competitive was that he's got the 1-1 advantage over him.
Mm-hmm.
Or else he would have lost a little more decisively. He'll now swing around along the top. If he can gain the high ground here, then Jensi's in the driver's seat, but Spud is pretty good army in place.
Yeah, it's going to be hard.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, JensiiiBot's going to start that slow crawl forward. Is in range, has the air vision actually, because Spud doesn't have his air quite forward enough. JensiiiBot very happy with this.
Very, very happy. That's almost too happy. I think he's getting a little cocky.
Ooh, look at that. Oh, well, let's see if he can capitalize and get some juicy shots on that anti-armored army. He is going to start getting a few volleys here. Tanks are very weak, though, for JensiiiBot, and this should get cleaned up here. Yeah, JensiiiBot going to have to pull it back home. Yeah. Wow, both these guys trading blow for blow. Upgrades are even. JensiiiBot's got 2 on the way here with nothing in the works for Spud. So this is what I've been talking about. That later game, I think, really starts to favor JensiiiBot just because he's just a little bit more fleshed out for the later game. Continues that progression that you need. The upgrades, the expanding, the everything. But, Spud's getting a 4th, too, so. What do you think, Ender Sword?
Yeah, I mean it's it's really, really even in terms of economy. I think with Jensi now at even upgrades, and actually Jensi is going to be moving to the 2-2 quicker. Is going to start to push things in his favor, but it is still down to these engagements. Is the one kind of going up a ramp is in a bit of trouble always. And the Raven hits are super important. Like the Raven lockdowns of tanks and then the pushes with Marines after that are kind of the decision maker.
Yeah, for sure.
Liberators will help a lot, though. So you kind of have your initial fight for the air, and then once you've got that Viking control, you can start to get the Liberators out, which control space a lot better, and they prevent a lot of that Marine shove in, because they're just gonna, 2 or 3 of them is gonna clear out a field.
Well, and Jensii's really good at holding the skies as well. Really good at keeping that air control plane safe with his Vikings, not flying over packs of Marines too much, that kind of thing. Yeah. All right, a little passivity here as Spud gets a 5th base in the works, and a decent army again. I do like the Marauders mixed in. They're going to be able to absorb, an extra tank shot or so, and maybe a few more Marine shots. Oh, here we go, another clash in the center of the map. JensiiiBot seems happy with this. Ooh, here we go. The Marine's just going to go for it for Spud. I don't know if that was the best decision. JensiiiBot does have a lot of Marines of his own. They're all anti-armored. Wow, the tank's falling. Spud managing to push through. I thought Spud was going to get pushed back there for a moment. Is he going to be able to keep pushing forward here?
It's
going to try.
Yeah, he's definitely going to give it a shot. The 2 of them will kind of clash here. The sight blocker playing a little bit of a role. Tanks in good positions on kind of both sides, but Jensiii really staggered out.
Yeah, the further forward Spud gets, the more he's losing. It's
and no
a funny little tug of war here.
So it has to go back.
Yeah. All right, now JensiiiBot should be the one aggressing. He's got double the army supply right now. Could just potentially push across and win the game, especially with that 3-3 on the way. Finally, 2-2 is being researched for Spud, but
there's our boy.
wow.
There's our little hit squad that we haven't really seen games yet.
Yeah, it mostly comes later game like this, once you get up to those later 4 or 5 bases.
These don't do great against a bunch of tanks in the planetary, but still.
Ooh, all right. Oh, they do pull out of there. Save a few Marine lives. That's good. Absolute bloodbath here, this game. This is incredible that we get to the ace match, and then that ace match is even closer than the other 2 games. Like, how is this possible, Endersword?
Yeah, you get the back and forth here for sure. Jensiii in a strong lead on these upgrades and now working on the 3s, while 2 on the other side is still being done. He'll swing up, and I think he's going to catch this base unaware.
Oh, yeah.
And drop it before there's any real response if he chooses to.
Yeah, he's going to be able to shut this down. Spud's going to actually swing in behind this a little bit and could put JensiiiBot in a really awkward position as he's got a few Marines coming from the north to draw the tank fire. Oh, but no, Spud's actually pulling. What is he doing? Is he going? He's going.
Yeah, going in here now.
No, he's pulling the tanks back, though. Oh, because there's another attack going on. JensiiiBot has a hit squad at the planetary. The planetary should hold high ground for Spud. Yeah, should work out.
Yeah, the tanks for Spud just were not in the right place at all here. And,
the Liberators.
Swing in.
Wow.
And yeah, this is 60-70 supply advantage for JensiiiBot in terms of army alone.
That was huge. The way he was able to pull the tanks back with that little hit squad on the left while simultaneously denying this base completely. And instead of pulling home like we usually see JensiiiBot do, he will just continue pushing forward. He's got the Liberators in a really good spot as well. Is this it for Spud? He is down drastically in army supply, Endersword. I don't see a way he can come back.
Yeah, it's hard to see a comeback. I think he's not going to fully win with this push. I think Jensiii has a tendency to pull back, but I think for all intents and purposes, it's
there go all the tanks.
Yeah,
there's just nothing left for Spud. 111 army supply to 33. As soon as JensiiiBot rallies across his next army, his next little force, he should be able to easily push into here. Tanks are now in range of the planetary, and Spud just has no army to break this. He's got no way to stop the assault. And I think with that, JensiiiBot will be moving on to face MicroMachine. At least that's my prediction. Yeah, I shouldn't call it to it. Worker supplies even, but man, look at that army supply. Even if this army gets cleaned up, Wave 2 hasn't even moved across yet. Like,
no, especially if this base goes down too and it's burning. But here's kind of that random, maybe not random pullback. It makes a little more sense this case. You should at least kill that base on the way, though.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to give Spud a fighting chance here.
Yeah, it's just like, I'll allow it.
Yeah. But oh man, those upgrades easy.
Jensiii's still at max. So even though the main army, or really the main army was home. It was just the fragment that was left forward. I think as soon as these reunite, you're going to see a push out again.
Yeah. Well, and he just finished a bunch of upgrades as well. He's even got structure armor.
Yeah.
JensiiiBot does. And yeah, here we go. Tanks and Marines going to start coming around the left, moving to deny this oh so precious mining base here. This is pretty much the biggest mining base for Spudde. So if this gets shut down, that is going to be curtains. Marines just going to dive in before the tanks and Vikings or anything even show up. That was a little bit bold and foolish, honestly, out of JensiiiBot. That was not a good attack, but here we go. He's going to bait some of Spudde's units into his own tank fire. And yeah, with that, there's just, again, double the army supply for JensiiiBot.
Yeah, pulls them out here. I think the tanks were weirdly delayed by these minerals and stuff, like just having to go this weird long way, and so they got a little out of sync. But turns out okay, and the Liberator will take out that middle tank.
Yeah, Liberators, honestly, I think are the biggest threat here now. And just kind of throughout the game. Yeah, there's been Vikings to deal with them, but man, these Liberators have been getting in some really nice positions all series here.
Yeah, they're not...
Look at this. Oh.
Yeah, like these are really good. They're not hyper aggressive. It's not trying to jump over where the army is. It's trying to jump over where the fight is going to happen.
Yeah.
So like the Liberators never like see a bunch of tanks and then just siege on the tanks. They're trying to control these choke points and center points between the two armies.
Wow, what a series between these two. Spudde has put up a hell of a fight, but I do believe JensiiiBot will be able to seal the deal once he shuts down this mining base, once he gets his tanks and Liberators within range. But wow, what a great run for Spudde this entire season, too. Beat Spiny, for crying out loud. Beat BenBot BC. Wow.
Yeah, and then taking the game here and really drawing this game out, like, proves that he is on this level, that he can hang in these fights.
He's just got to get to that later game. Obviously, the upgrade's a little bit down. He doesn't have 3-3 on the way. He doesn't have those, some Liberators, maybe battle cruisers in the works, some later game stuff that you just kind of need. But yeah, very, very nicely fleshed out bot. I'm excited to hopefully see Spudde in future seasons, because this was Spudde's third season in a row now? Second or third?
Yeah.
Something like that. So nicely done. All right, who's dragging him to the scrap pile? You or me?
Well, man. I mean, do we have one of those like fry cutter things? Cook them up right now.
There you go.
Yeah, put them in the air fryer.
It might be a little crunchy.
They're all the range. I don't know how they work.
All right, GG. JensiiiBot in love is going to take the win, and we will have our JensiiiBot versus MicroMachine rematch. This is what knocked that was the match that knocked MicroMachine into the lower bracket. So we're going to see here if MicroMachine can switch things around. Obviously, there has been a round of updates since those two last met.
Yep.
So, it's going to be good, but well done. JensiiiBot's moving on. Spudde, great season, but you're moving to the scrap pile. See, no place left for you. All right. Good stuff. All right, any thoughts on that before we go to a quick little break here?
I mean, definitely good. Definitely everyone's getting better. Jensi there, it had a couple little miscues where it kind of threw some army away. So if that sort of thing happens against a MicroMachine, it could be a bigger problem. But yeah, but still looking pretty solid.
Yeah. I am very excited for our next best of 3 coming up. Again, stay tuned. We're just going to go to a quick little break. Make sure you check out everything below. Let's do a Crown Club member shout out as well, because we love you, the Crown Club. You can get cool behind the scenes content. We do an extra little show called PostBots. You get some artwork, things like that. So again, thank you so much, everybody in the Crown Club. And thank you, everybody, for being here. Let's go ahead and shout out the Crown Club right now. Super rigged. Thanking me. Thank you, me. You're welcome, me. Thank you, everybody else on the Crown Club as well. You can see all their names scrolling below me. Yeah. Anything you want to say before we go to a quick break here?
Well, let's go to the break so that we can come back quicker and see what happens.
Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. We've got one more TVT coming up, one final match in our normal season to decide who our top 3 bots will be. We have our top 4 now. We've got MicroMachine, we've got JensiiiBot, we've got Ketrock and Tier, but MicroMachine or JensiiiBot will get eliminated tonight. So make sure you stay tuned. Get everybody in here, get them hyped up, get them ready to go, because it is going to be a hell of a rematch. Check out our Crown Club, check out our forum, all that jazz. Yeah, we'll talk more about that after the break. Thanks for tuning in to ProBots Day 7, Season 1 of 2021. We'll be right back. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, without any warning whatsoever, and not even going to let Endersword finish his thought. No. That is our production running the show. Thank you so much to them. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in and for being here in our final day, Day 7 of Season 1 here. It has been an amazing 7 weeks, and we've had just some of our best matches that we've ever had to date here on ProBots. And I am so excited for our last match of tonight coming up. A clash of Terran Titans, a rematch, JensiiiBot versus MicroMachine. I'm not even going to begin to try to make predictions for this one. I'm just going to sit back and relax and enjoy the show, as you all should as well, because it's going to be awesome. Unless MicroMachine bugs or breaks, like they're saying, because they did add some new features. So hopefully nothing too bad will happen. But before we dive into all that, again, check out all the links below. Our forum, check out our Crown Club membership. You can get cool behind-the-scenes content. We're going to do one last post-bots show. We'll have Drexama and Laddie, Endersword, and myself there, all just talking about our final day and the season and all that. So thank you for our Crown Club. Thank you to them for supporting it and enjoying the show. And yeah, let's. When is our match ready? I just see soon. I am super ready.
I think it's countdown. We're good.
We gotta look at our stat pages a little bit here, and here's our bracket. Again, this will be our this is our lower bracket. Okay, so yeah, this will decide who is moving on, and then up in the top we've got Ketrock and Tier waiting. So we'll kick that off in our grand finals. That is again next Saturday at what time are we starting that? 12 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Eastern, something like that. Join the forum, join the Discord. We've got all the times there. 2 p.m. Eastern, yeah, something like that.
Eastern.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Are we Eastern Daylight Time now?
Yeah, Eastern Daylight. Yeah, so and then of course there's states like Arizona doesn't even do it anymore. It's like we all need to just get rid of daylight savings and make everybody's life a million times easier.
Yeah.
So dumb. All right, there's our match. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. One more bot to be eliminated. It's going to be one of these two. It's going to be sad to see either one of them go, but at least we know that an absolute Terran monster will be moving on to the final day. And yeah, here's the elo and win rate MicroMachine. Always just crazy high. I'm hopeful that Tier is going to take the whole tournament. I'm hopeful that our Protoss brother will crush all these Terrans. We had so many Terrans in this tournament in this season. We had what?
They're getting too cocky.
Yeah, it was like 14 of the 16 or something were Terran.
Yeah,
I'm crazy, 15 or something. But yeah, so again, make sure you put it in your calendar next week, Saturday, instead of the normal Thursday, 2 p.m. Eastern, here on ESChamp. Hit the little bell icon, whatever, the thumbs up, all that stuff. Whatever you got to do to be here. Endersword will hopefully be joining us if he can get entered. That's what he was so rudely interrupted by when we came back. He was telling us about his internet situation.
Yeah, it should work. I'm hopeful.
Me too. I'm fingers crossed.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is just about time. Our final best of 3 of our normal season here in season 1 of ProBots. Thank you again so much for joining us throughout all of this. If you haven't caught all the games, feel free to go back and watch some of those VODs. Just some awesome bangers of matches there. Just some really good stuff. Well, let's dive into it. Our final best of 3, JensiiiBot versus MicroMachine, the rematch here on ProBots. Get your votes in.
Raph RR and Unusuals. MicroMachine. JensiiiBot.
Here, yeah. Do you notice this start that it does have history?
Between these two, yeah, because they've faced each other before in the tournament.
They did, but I thought they've changed since then, so I didn't think it would carry.
1, 2, 3. No, that's their best of 3. They went 2-1. Yeah.
Yeah. I figured with a coding change, it wouldn't carry, but we're gonna get the fast PF.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is going to be absolutely insane here. What was that? I was just going to say something, but now I forgot. Oh yeah, vote! ! Vote. Type in the bot name if you haven't yet. JensiiiBot or MicroMachine. Make sure you get those 3 eyes if you're voting for Jensi. Woo! Yeah, this is going to be. I'm not even going to begin to try to make predictions. I'm just going to sit back, relax, and enjoy here. I love the idea of the early planetaries. This has really been the season of planetary fortresses. I think Ketrok kind of kicked off that play a little bit.
It's such like a free win. Like you give up the mule, which is whatever, and I've never seen a planetary not kill like 20 things.
Yeah,
like they just do well, and
they seem to be a good investment every time.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure. I could agree with that. I think that's a very good statement. They do kill a lot. All right, well, JensiiiBot feeling good on this map on Romanticide here. Again, no cheesy play. If any cheesy play is going to come out, it's going to be from MicroMachine. He is our cheeser of these two for sure.
Yeah, and so far reasonably passive, which of course makes sense for the fast PF. I think it's kind of going to come down to, I think if at any point we see 2 battle cruisers, then MicroMachine is 1. And if we don't,
what if they're Jensii's battle cruisers?
I don't know. Does Jensii make battle cruisers? I've never seen Jensii make battle cruisers.
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think Jensii's much of a battle cruiser.
Yeah, it's a battle cruiser racist. It doesn't want to make them.
It likes its tanks and marines, man.
Yeah.
Why you gotta hate?
I mean, it's up to him, but ruling out an entire class of capital ship seems a little shady to me.
It's a little racist, that's all.
Yeah, that's all.
All right, well, that planetary is getting close to finish for MicroMachine, and a factory as well on the way, but there is already a Liberator coming out, so yeah, we're just going to see, this is JensiiiBot's bread and butter once again. This is something JensiiiBot didn't have to deal with in the last series, though, was the Reaper kind of being pesky in his main. He does have a couple units to deal with it here, and he's got time as well because that medevac hasn't even started yet. So as long as he can clear that out, which he does, now JensiiiBot's going to be in a pretty decent spot. Actually, JensiiiBot going for some potential kills there. No, just going to pull back. I thought he was going to dive into the natural for us for a moment there.
Well, again, there's a case if the PF would pay off. It's not quite done yet, but like it's against something like an early Reaper Hellion attack, that's going to pay for itself very quickly. And it looks like he's gearing up to do more of that. We'll see if he can avoid that or get in anywhere. The Liberator will come join too. You see, he is going to attempt this drop play. But yeah, against the swinging up Reapers in the back, the fact that the planetary's there, it won't like insta-kill it, but it'll take them out.
Yeah, we're gonna need to sit and get a little comfy here because if this is anything like the last series between these two, we're gonna get up into the 20-30 minute mark, I think.
Certainly.
Yeah. Oh man, these two are just absolutely insane. They're just their ability to recover and deal with attacks and recover from the blows that they deal to each other is just incredible. So
MicroMachine is starting this about 8 workers ahead. So the Jensii little drop attack has to do a fair bit of damage. MicroMachine's already getting its 3rd as it comes. Here comes Liberator coming actually really early. It's not synced up with the rest of it.
Oh wow, yeah. Not even close to synced up like usual, and that's going to allow. Well, he's going to deny a lot of mining, but not very many SCV kills.
Pretty huddled here, and the Cyclone didn't want to go in on. Okay, he may.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here, this is more the hesitancy of the Cyclone that it's not playing. It's not playing.
Yeah, he's like, no, he's just waiting for the lock on. He doesn't want to use his normal attack as much.
But still, do it.
Wow. Yeah, that is allowed. Even the Marines a little too afraid. They're just letting the Hellions do whatever the hell they want to these poor SCVs. The SCVs are the ones trying to fight them away. The Reapers do come in as well to supplement this. This whole mineral line might just go down.
This is a huge unforced error.
Tank, finally. Okay. Wow. Pretty much that whole freaking mineral line is just gone.
I think MicroMachine will do. Although even this is bad. Like he will go attack maybe now, but he actually somehow has less army supply.
Yeah, everything is in JensiiiBot's favor after that attack. And he's got it. Jensi has a good defensive position here as well. Yeah, he's not even getting halfway across the map, and MicroMachine's already like, nah, can't do it.
Now with the third base, it'll be able to catch up on the worker count, but that was just a lot of damage for not a lot of good reason.
Yeah.
Like Jensi even kind of didn't coordinate the attack properly, and it still really did a lot.
Yeah. Wow, wow, wow. Jensi's doing it. But, you know, I get it. He did beat MicroMachine 2-1 in the last time they played. So it's definitely not going to be a huge upset if JensiiiBot does take this match. But, you know, with just the updates and everything, I'm still hopeful for MicroMachine to pull us around. Hey, you know, I just want my ace match. That's all I really want.
That's all I really ever need.
That's all I ever need. Let's be honest.
Yeah. So
as long as I get my ace match, I'm happy.
So we'll see as this goes back into passive mode for a little bit here. There is the Fusion Core researching Yamato.
What do you think's in that fusion? What is that orange? Is it like a coolant? Or is it... what do you think that is? That orange... Is it plasma?
It might be plasma. Orange things are very rarely coolants.
Oh, it's what the Yamato cannon.
Yeah.
It's what it's all that. So they got to, like, you know, charge up the energy cells for the Yamato.
Yamato juice.
Yamato juice.
Yeah. You say
we should start a drink called Yamato juice.
That would be
it'll
good.
It'll be like an alcohol tomato based drink.
Yeah. It could basically just be a Caesar but orange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Let's do it, man. Let's get rich. Yamato juice. Put a battle cruiser on the front. That'd actually be kind of cool.
That would be good. Would be good.
Hey, we got to do something to supplement.
Yeah, we can start our own esports bar now that a lot of them are gone.
I'd be down. That'd be super cool. Take advantage of the lack. Here we go. JensiiiBot's going to try to catch himself a Banshee, and he should do so with the Ravens in tow. Cloak, even if he did have it, wouldn't matter. And yeah, there's that Yamato is about to finish researching. I do believe it is Yamato juice in those.
It is. It's got to be.
It's got to be.
It's
the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah. And yeah, BC's well on the way here. In terms of workers, he has caught up basically on this. The army supply itself is lagging still a bit. And MicroMachine does tend to lag on upgrades. Particularly, like, yeah, the longer the game goes, it doesn't tend to prioritize that sort of thing, but it does tech up further. So let's see what it can get in terms of the battle cruisers out to be kind of stable. But both these, other than obviously the initial fireworks, are being pretty passive and staying on their own side of the map. MicroMachine is also not really like exploding economically. It's got 3 bases, not 8, which is unusual for like the 9-minute mark. So
yeah, it should soon. I would imagine soon it'll start getting it.
It obviously got delayed by the 24 workers that had died. So yeah, they're starting to go, and I think this will start to expand quickly.
Start taking the map. All right, well, he's almost to that 2 battle cruiser mark. He's got 1. So JensiiiBot's not dead yet. Because what did you say? 2 battle cruisers, MicroMachine wins?
I think so.
That's your prediction?
But there's very little. There's not as much army with the.
Ooh, he's going to catch MicroMachine out of position, actually, though. Both bots seem to kind of be going for the attack, but JensiiiBot is in position while MicroMachine's only halfway across the map. And yeah, there's the cancel offensive. MicroMachine's going to have to come home and defend. Oh, man, if only JensiiiBot would just dive on this, he could just crush it so quickly. But he's going to play it safe, going to siege up and get into a decent spot here. And he's going to deny a lot of mining as the Vikings for MicroMachine come in and get anti-armored there. Ooh, I don't know. Marines, what are you doing? You got to stick with the army here.
Yeah, I don't know. They kind of went on a little bit of a chase there. The pickup of the CC, obviously saving that. Yeah, it's hard to see who's really getting the advantage. The battlecruiser was really out of position, but it comes in from the side now. There's Yamato.
Yeah, that forcing the lift of the command center, I think, is really good for Jensi. Battlecruiser is going to start taking a lot of damage here. Marines just tickling it, but there is a Viking overhead that helps out.
I think we kind of had the same problem there, that the Vikings from MicroMachine sat on a bunch of Marines and died. And
yeah,
that's kind of what they were trying to fix a little bit in some of the updates, that some of that Viking decision making, because they're being a little aggressive sometimes. Basically, you're the
like right there. What do you mean, Endersword? Give me an example.
So BC coming in. Okay, this will be good. These are kind of left out to dry here.
Yeah, this will clean it up.
Should be able to clean these all up on the way back.
Man, still no second battlecruiser yet at a MicroMachine. He's just sticking with the one. Maybe just doesn't have the income just yet, because he did lose that base for quite some time. Meanwhile, back at home, JensiiiBot's been mining off of 4 bases for a little bit now, so it's looking pretty good. Even some nice upgrades. Wow, I have not been looking at the upgrades. Nothing for MicroMachine.
It gets really ahead. I think in like the last series we saw, there were times when it was basically 3-3 to 0.
Yeah, it's about to be the case here.
Hard to deal with.
Oh, but here comes battlecruiser number 2, Endersword.
Is he going to lose number 1 though? No.
Gets it out of there. Oh man, this is close.
Done yet, but yeah.
Yeah, I think the upgrades are going to play the biggest part in this, honestly, especially once 3-3 finishes. Those Marines are going to help so much against just everything. You know, but against battlecruisers, they still do kind of suck. Even 3-3 Marines against 0-0 battlecruisers are like, meh.
They're just regardless, but it does certainly take a lot out of their sails.
Yeah.
And it makes them much more survivable against these tank lines.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Well, and Marines are a lot cheaper to replace than tanks and battlecruisers and that kind of thing. So,
quite true. And we say that as the second battlecruiser is joining the field. The Banshees kind of continue to harass here and occasionally find some damage, but not doing anything super crucial. And Jensi moving that low.
He needs to deal with this pesky Banshee. At least MicroMachine's keeping the pressure on where he can. At the same time, he's expanding everywhere, but JensiiiBot's going to start trying to shut down some of these bases. Oh, the Banshee gets away just barely. All right, that's cancel. Oh, no, I don't even think that was a cancel. I think he just got a straight-up kill. Ooh, yeah, might be able to get that. There's the 2 BCs fighting alone here.
All right, that's a little exposed. It does jump away.
Just in time here, yeah.
Kind of do the same here, but again, they kind of just provide like cover while the rest of the army gets in place, and that's why just having 2 or 3 or 4, the amount of time it takes to get them down just
buys a lot of time.
Just buys a ton of time.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Ooh, this battlecruiser living dangerously. One good volley, he might just go down. All right, but as it is, MicroMachine has pushed JensiiiBot back once again. 3-3 about to finish up for JensiiiBot's bio, and at the same time, a little hit squad does actually find some purchase on the very right-hand side of the screen while JensiiiBot pushes through an entire tank line. There's that 3-3 coming into play. Wow, he even gets the base on the top right. This is huge. JensiiiBot is trying his hardest to just shut MicroMachine down, but MicroMachine is just absorbing everything. He's like an octopus losing a limb. He just grows it back, and he's still even on supply with JensiiiBot. So.
Yeah, I think now he's going to start that battlecruiser must have its teleport down. Has to back out there manually. He's still got a lot, like you said, even on supply, but the armies just don't compare when you've got 3-3-2 against nothing.
Yeah, well, and again, like the Marines are easier to replace, so if you're trading evenly with battlecruisers versus Marines, might not be the best.
Yeah, like EJK saying in chat, yeah, BCs against 3/3 Marines, it cuts so much into them, into the damage that they do.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's true.
And it basically doubles the damage that the Marines do against the BCs, I think. But still kind of hanging back, getting a few good Yamato shots on tanks, and that definitely, those are big pickups.
Yeah, these battlecruisers are getting a lot of kills.
Yeah, Vikings like keep doing damage against them, but they're not taking them out actually, and MicroMachine's starting to make more of his own Vikings. Oh, these tanks unsieging at a bad time.
Wow, yeah, this is just going to be. I am predicting an ace match. I'm predicting 3 matches between these two, and it's just going to be a bloody war of attrition each time. Like if we look at our resources lost, it's probably already close to 10,000. Yeah, that's my prediction. Maybe 8,000. Oh, well past. Look at that. Well past it. All right, more engagements. Yeah, both these bots just fighting for control of the middle of the map. It looks like MicroMachine has finally pushed a little bit closer to JensiiiBot's side, but a nice tank position. JensiiiBot's going to be able to kill off a lot of Marines, but he still can't really deal with the battlecruisers. As another attack comes in, JensiiiBot absolutely relentless with his counterattacks. Is killing so much economy. Might even get this base here. Yes, he will.
Indeed, and he did actually kill at least one of the battlecruisers.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, it was did not have its cooldown and did die.
Wow.
Those are tough to replace.
This is insane. Banshee's getting away barely. One's going to try to stick around here. JensiiiBot doing a really good job at dealing with those Banshees just throughout this entire game. Oh, here's another attack in the middle. MicroMachine really trying to force this position here. Really wants to push through the middle and just straight towards JensiiiBot's 4th or whatever base you want to call that. But wow, beautiful tank position. Nothing is going to get through here. JensiiiBot is holding strong. MicroMachine a little bit indecisive about which way he wants to go right now.
Yeah, it's just not going to get through there no matter what it does. No. I think MicroMachine needs to either figure out how to sweep up high or needs to crush JensiiiBot in one of its attacks and then kind of counter.
Mm-hmm.
Here behind the bush. Gonna lose tanks here as the Marines jump again, and it just the upgrades. It's impossible to overestimate how important they are.
Another big engagement. MicroMachine coming in with his battle cruiser, has not remade another one just yet. The Air Force is not able to pull anything really back into MicroMachine's tank line. It's going to force the battle cruisers to pull away. But again, a little bit of an army lead. I feel like MicroMachine could almost just unsiege and go forward here with the Cyclones and everything. There's not a whole lot of support for these tanks. There is some Marines, but oh man, this is just so neck and neck. They are both fighting on the razor's edge right in the middle here. That's so funny. It comes down to a fight just right in the middle.
Yeah, and you get these little weird skirmishes.
Oh, he lets it live.
Sides here. Yeah. But you can see the impact, like the one battle cruiser that came in there, 2 or 3 volleys, and it had to get out because it's just taking too much damage from not having the upgrade equality, basically.
Well, finally he got 1-1 for his mech. But yeah, just no upgrades. Okay, there's +2 attack is starting, but yeah, MicroMachine's so far down in upgrades. I feel like if he was even on upgrades, MicroMachine would have just taken this game already.
I think so too. Yeah, he's kind of maintained a slight army lead for a long time now. This is a much better position here if he can. The unsieging of tanks seems to be a problem. That they're kind of
MicroMachine.
Yeah, they're a little fidgety and they won't stay.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I can see that.
Sometimes, yeah.
Oh, he doesn't even get the base. I thought maybe he was going to get it with the Cyclone lock-ons or something. Nice interference matrix. He gets the second battlecruiser. So does that mean MicroMachine's hopes are done? He doesn't have any battlecruisers, Anderson.
I think you're right.
He put it all on the battlecruisers.
It is all on the battlecruisers, I think. And he never... I don't know whether it's supposed to only make 2, but he never made any beyond that. It is into Vikings now.
And they did a good job. Battlecruisers did absorb a lot of damage. They did a good job clearing out tank lines or helping. So, yeah, we'll see if MicroMachine can now do it with just Cyclones, Vikings, Marines. Just kind of feels like a little bit of a ragtag army here. But we'll see. With good lock-ons and nice kiting, Cyclones, I guess, can do anything. They really have been this season doing a great job. So
he really seems to win these Viking battles, even when it almost doesn't seem like he should sometimes. MicroMachine does seem to have the advantage in control or something there.
I'm guessing we're up to at least 20,000 resources lost. What do you think?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Sounds about right now, and I still think they're relatively even. Yeah,
well over,
just over. So,
JensiiiBot's been trading a little bit more effectively, about 5,000 minerals worth, which could come into play as the game goes on longer and longer. He's going to have a little bit more resources on his side of the map, I guess, or something like that. Oh, but MicroMachine's pushing in.
Let's see. We're getting lock-ons on this PF again. If he can take that out, then that's definitely a good pickup.
Oh, he will. He will, and he does. And JensiiiBot trying to recover and deal with this. MicroMachine seems to have found an opening and has the air control for the moment as the Marines start to actually kill some of those Vikings off.
And he's kind of quietly taken this 40 supply army lead.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it really is on the back of the Vikings. That they're just kind of, I think they are working better now. I know that's an area that they have tried to make improvements, and they're choosing fights a little stronger, and then pulling out at the right times and so on. As he will get pushed back here. The Cyclones too, they're not doing like massive damage, but the Cyclones like poking constantly are just getting little extra pickups.
Yeah.
And then there's this guy.
He's doing his Reaper thing. All right, we're 22 minutes in. Here comes MicroMachine. Has shifted his focus to the other side since he killed that bottom kind of leftish base. Now he's going to try to take out this planetary in the middle. But JensiiiBot's just expanding down to the bottom left. So even if he does get this base, it's not a huge deal. JensiiiiBot is down by 50 supply, though. So it seems like despite the upgrades, despite having so many bases, JensiiiBot's struggling a little bit to deal with this composition now. It was going so well for him throughout the whole game, but it seems like MicroMachine has really just kind of gotten that perfect composition, it feels like.
Yeah, he's just losing the air fights a fair bit now. There are some Marines able to push back against some of these.
That was not a good fight.
Yeah, that one wasn't the best, but leading up to it was good because he took a few free kills pushing it in that direction, and then he gets the base while everything was down there. So the overall outcome, again, good for him. And we're kind of still sitting at that like 30-35 army supply lead, and now starting to be a much more significant economic lead as well.
Yeah, this is starting to almost become insurmountable despite the upgrades. Well, and as you see, as the upgrades are getting closer to finish, he's got +3 attack. You know, as the upgrades for MicroMachine do get research and finish, it seems like he gets each one just makes him a little bit better at dealing with JensiiiBot. Each one makes him a little bit stronger. So once he gets this 3-3 done, or 3-2 or whatever it is, MicroMachine's going to be in a pretty good spot. Oh no, those are JensiiiBot's upgrades. I'm sorry, JensiiiBot's getting the 3-3
a little bit. Because yeah, I think the even ship weapons makes these Viking exchanges possible. But yeah, I think he's just kind of won that area. And now we're at a 50 supply lead, and double overall.
Upgrades be damned.
Yeah.
Who needs upgrades when you're just going to win anyway, right?
Just kind of does it. MicroMachine still has much more of just that swarmy feel. That it's just attacking all over the place constantly at angles that just kind of work. And yeah, now he's completely broken at this point.
Well, it seems to be working out for him against JensiiiBot style. Very good at keeping his army together and, making coordinated attacks, that kind of thing. But maybe the swarmy style is going to work out in this series, because in this game, right now, MicroMachine is just dominating with it. So, yeah, I do believe game one, 118 army supply to 13. JensiiiBot is going to drop game one here. But it's not over yet. It will be a hard battle to come back and win 2 in a row but I'm still predicting my ace match.
Yeah, it's certainly still possible here. Again, I really think the upgrade things are a big factor. And just one or two engagements going one way or another makes a big difference. We'll see if MicroMachine sticks with kind of the early PF opening. I think that led to him getting the first battle cruiser a lot quicker.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of obsessed with them. I think they do, even though like they get pickups, but it's the stability that they provide that's the payoff. And then they eventually died, but it was long enough that he then had this Viking lead.
Yeah. All right, so MicroMachine will clear out the rest of this, and there it is. All right, so game number 2 will get loaded up here momentarily. Wow, this is everything I could have hoped for, Endersword. What a hell of a rematch between these two already starting off.
Indeed it is. And I don't know. We'll see. I still don't know exactly which way it's going to go. It's going to come down to a lot of these early fights. In that one, again, remember kind of where we started with like 24 dead SCVs for like no reason. So if that's held better and MicroMachine's not playing from behind as much, does that make it more one-sided, or could this be even worse and he gets even more kills and so on? So I don't know. I think a lot does depend on that initial attack. There's so much of an investment in it, and he's like down like 9 workers when it starts, and then you got to do something with it.
Indeed. All right, well, let's get game number 2 ready to go. Thank you all again for being here. This has been just an awesome season. This is our last best of 3. This could be our last game coming up here, unless JensiiiBot can turn things around to bring us to an ace match. MicroMachine just 1 win away from moving on to the next round and being in our top 3. Let's go ahead and dive into it. Game number 2 between MicroMachine and JensiiiBot.
Rap RR and Unusuals. MicroMachine. JensiiiBot.
Ever dream.
Yeah, fast PF has been chosen again. I feel like I think it'll come down to like map specifics. I think this map specific is probably pretty good for MicroMachine. It does a lot of like attacking from the side, and there's like enough up, down, and barriers that I think that kind of works here.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see how the game starts. Well,
Well, the first attack is going to be JensiiiBot, I believe, with his drop. So
yeah.
I do like the dead space to the left and kind of behind as well, but I don't know. I think it could work out on this one. MicroMachine is just so good at pulling the workers, and we saw last game just getting them out of that liberator zone where we saw Spudde struggling a little bit, grouping up and kind of running into the Hellions a little bit. But MicroMachine's a lot better at not losing so many workers.
Yeah, at least initially. Then to the Hellions, you just like let them die.
Initially.
It was really good. And the fact that they came in at that weirdly different staggered time is interesting. The natural's a little more defended, so you're not going to get the Reapers getting a great spot. But let's see.
Yeah.
We'll see. See if they come in on time. See if they come in together. See if it works out great.
Yes, indeed. All right, how y'all feeling? Is it I forget what our voting was. I believe everybody mostly voted for MicroMachine, right? Seemed to be the crowd favorite.
There was an early lead for JensiiiBot, probably just based on I don't know what the total was. There we go. Okay, it was eventually MicroMachine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. All right. Just curious how everybody, what everybody's thinking. This has been an awesome season. Thank you again, everybody, for sticking with us. I figure I might as well get all this out of the way while it's slow here. Nice slow TVT openers. We have had a lot of nice slow TVTs this season.
Yeah, we have indeed. They're the methodical one.
Yeah.
And
It's
this
been fun though.
The most like human, like just struggling with tank lines sort of thing.
Yeah. All right. Well, JensiiiBot slowly gearing up here, getting closer to that inevitable attack. Liberator just now starts here.
Mm-hmm.
How many workers do you think it's going to kill this time around? What's your prediction?
I'm gonna say 14.
You think 14?
14.
All right. I'm gonna guess 9.
All right. It's very optimistic.
Yeah, I'm feeling 9.
Right around the point that it pays for itself. Like 9, I think, is the minimum you have to do for it to be worth.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Because it is 4 Hellions, Reapers. Last game the Reapers just got absolutely annihilated. So
yeah, and he's delayed on his own worker production to do it as well. So it's not just the actual cost, but the opportunity cost of doing it. Yeah. And then of course the fast PF means the faster CC to begin with. So
MicroMachine knows about this though. He's already got a couple units scouting it out.
No.
Does deal with it appropriately.
Here comes Mr. Liberator.
So is that I guess the medvac? Oh, okay. No, the medvac should go to the left side as well, right?
It should be swinging up near where that Liberator is, I guess. So that's kind of why some of these mount positions. Oh, that's interesting. Hellion going the wrong way makes a big difference.
Huh. All right. Well, that limits it down to 3.
Yeah, one less that's in this.
Interesting. All right. Well, here we go. Apparently, MicroMachine not quite ready. He is going to pull his SCVs. They scatter so perfectly away from the center.
The Marines will get into nice position. The medevac is like nowhere near where it's supposed to be. I wonder if it waited for.
No, it's just just the pathing, I guess. Yeah, here we go. He's going to be able to drop in, but there's already Cyclone here to deal with it. But we did see how afraid everything was. Oh, only 2 Hellions now, though. Oh my goodness, this is just getting shut down so hard.
The tank will do it. So yeah, this is a lot less.
No, I was closer.
The Reapers are actually still there up front, I guess.
7. Come on, get 2 more. No, okay. Oof.
That's a much colder shutdown in MicroMachine. MicroMachine ends this with a 5-worker lead.
This was Price is Right. I would have won. No, we both would have lost because we were both over.
Both over.
Damn it.
Anyone in chat that bet $1 would win.
Damn it.
MicroMachine with the counter push. So this is, I really like it. Again, it's almost surprising that he doesn't have more of an army lead than he doesn't even have an army lead at all. It's almost surprising he doesn't, given that he just killed like 20 supply worth of stuff. But he doesn't. But it kind of makes sense to attack into this, knowing what you just killed. But he will go home and no harm done. And get the 3rd.
Yep. All right.
I think this will be a lot more explosive economically.
Yeah. Yeah, that could be it right there. Just not nearly as much damage, we saw in the last series. JensiiiBot getting crazy good damage, and even that one went to the ace match with getting, what did he kill? 15 workers, upwards of 15 workers sometimes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the fact that he only got 7 this time around. MicroMachine already on that 3rd base, taking a huge lead right now. I think JensiiiBot might be in a little bit of trouble. Oh man, is MicroMachine gonna get his revenge on JensiiiBot here?
It's starting to shape up. We'll see how this push out does. I'll think, although he's not, I think he's just taking the 3rd here.
Yep. Just moving up.
The position. The Banshee will eventually swing in the back. Army kind of moves back home.
That would be quite the Cinderella story, getting knocked out by JensiiiBot in like round 2 or whatever it was, and then coming back and beating him to go to the finals. Whew. We'll see. We'll see here. JensiiiBot not out just yet. Army supply actually in JensiiiBot's favor right now, as will the upgrades be as time goes on. So it looks like JensiiiBot will be able to secure this third pretty nicely. He's even got the Ravens out to deal with this Banshee. Those Banshees are oh so pesky, but no, JensiiiBot holding on nicely. Gets the Banshee. Third base is established. Forces everything from MicroMachine back home. Yeah, all right. We're evening out quite nicely here.
Yep. It's good. MicroMachine has obviously invested a lot here now in the upgrades. It's getting the rotors for the Banshees a lot sooner. Yamato cannon now starting. And we're already at, up to 4 bases. If you remember the first game, I think we were around 9:30 that he got the 4th.
Yeah,
We're
something like that.
a bit quicker.
Yeah, no, he's going to be taken off soon here. And yeah, as soon as he starts getting 5, 6, 7 bases, it gets to be so hard to deal with. But again, JensiiiBot, we saw him deny multiple command centers last game. Left, then right, and he just kept going back and forth. And he was doing a good job at trying to suppress MicroMachine, but yeah, MicroMachine was just too quick at recovering and keeping the magic rolling there. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm.
Yeah, let's see how this push does. So it's going to come into an area potentially where the army is not. If this can knock at a base, then that's definitely very promising. The fact that this isn't a PF. And here the army of Jensi is swinging.
It's swinging.
Swinging in a different way here.
Oh boy.
A good position maybe though. Lock onto the tank doesn't quite kill it. Oh, indecisive Marines.
I don't think this is the best spot for JensiiiBot. I think Jensi should just go home. He's going to leave some of the tanks behind. Oh, no, the tank's just moving a little forward, more forward.
Vikings doing the thing again.
Oh, the thing.
Where they're not scared of Marines despite there being way too many Marines.
I still like this position for MicroMachine. He's got defender's advantage of the high ground. He's got just a huge concave pretty much on this.
Coming out of this even supply, but I think that being even right now is still in MicroMachine's favor.
Yeah, for sure. I think if you're ever even with MicroMachine, you're behind.
Yeah,
typically.
Largely true. And I think the Banshees will start to kick in more too. They just stay alive so well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Even with the Ravens out and Vikings out, yeah, Banshee's still sneaking away somehow. It's incredible. Oh, all right. Well, we should be seeing an attack, I think, out of MicroMachine pretty soon here. He's got a lot of bases. He's getting closer to that 200 supply here. And yeah, there we go. It's starting to trickle across, starting to group up here on JensiiiBot's side of things. He's going to start trying to pressure this 4th base here, and if he could deny this mining base, that is going to be huge and put MicroMachine in pretty much an insurmountable lead. But it's not going to be easy to push through this choke point, is it?
Yeah, I'm almost surprised he's still trying. He's even saying he's canceling the offensive, but it's not really.
He always says that.
Yeah, it constantly says that. He will go back now. Again, the Vikings being a little bit brave.
Ooh, taking some sky fights. I don't think he wants to. Yeah, go home, MicroMachine. Go home.
Good. Yeah, just back up. Back up and regroup here. Again, now, despite the Yamato being done, the Fusion Core being done, we're not seeing the battle cruiser yet. But 6 Vikings at a time is pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, I do wish there had been a little bit more of a battle cruiser focus. I do think that was working out quite well, especially if you were to get upgrades for them. But
yeah, I think it's just it's just holding a position. It's like putting something stable forward while the rest of everything kind of assembles, and then it can jump out of there anyway. It's almost like, it's just a shield. It's just like a bullet shield basically for a bit, and then you get the rest in place.
Ooh, MicroMachine found an opening. He swung around to the right while JensiiiBot was trying to go up north and attack, but now JensiiiBot's got to return home to try to deal with this. In the meantime, he should lose this base. I can't see any way of him holding it. There's even a random tank. There's a tank there to kind of catch some reinforcements and start doing damage.
Yeah.
Oh, man. This is not good for JensiiiBot, dropping drastically in army supply right now. About a 30 supply advantage in army for MicroMachine. Even a decent little concave at the bottom of the ramp. JensiiiBot trying desperately to push down and out, but I don't know if he's going to be able to do it. I don't think he can.
No, it looks hard to... Oh, these tanks are like totally caught out of position there too on the north. They can't help at all without coming right through a tank line. Yeah, he's definitely centered them, put them. Well, they'll take out reinforcements here at least.
Yeah, that's a nice spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, good, great tank spot for JensiiiBot. That's gonna help a little bit, give him a little bit of breathing room, but I think he's still just gonna suffocate. There's just nothing. Not enough here. It's 108 army supply to 41 Ender Sword.
Yeah, and looks like he's very much broken through. Now he's making 3 battle cruisers at a time.
The battle cruiser transition.
Yeah.
Better late than ever. He doesn't need it, but you might as well do a little showboating here, right? Yeah, I do think MicroMachine's got it. JensiiiBot with the surprise Pikachu face. Shocked Pikachu, whatever. Yeah, that's going to be it. That's it, Ender Sword.
That is.
We've got our top 3.
Yeah, revenge match.
The revenge, and it was swift too. Didn't even really give JensiiiBot a chance to get to the ace match here. Wow, MicroMachine looking oh so strong. That means he will go up against either Ketrock or Tyr, or potentially both, depending how this all goes. Wow, GG JensiiiBot. You're going to the scrap pile. MicroMachine, you are moving on.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm speechless.
Pretty good. I mean, good
great.
Made there. I think you could see some of the changes in kind of Viking decision making that largely worked out. Yeah, less overall mistakes, good tenacity, and just really good kind of positioning, getting into really just big concaves spanning multiple screen lengths. Yeah, just good tank spreads from like 2 different directions. Really good.
Very good. A great season. That is it. That is our season, ladies and gentlemen. We still have our grand finals, so make sure you tune in for that next Saturday. But thank you so much again to all of our bot authors for such amazing games this season. Thank you to our Crown Club as well for making it all possible. And thank you to you, the viewer, for showing up and checking it out and giving us a chance. Thank you as well to our production in the background, Drek, Laddie, and Peter, all running the show here. What a great season. I am so excited for our grand finals. We have our top 3 bots. Let's go ahead and take a look at our bracket one last time before we wrap things up here. We've got next Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern, here on ESChamp, we'll be starting things off with Ketrock versus Tyr. Now, is that a best of 5?
I don't know. I mean, that sounds like a thing that we would do, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll stay tuned for that. Tune in next week. We'll know. But yeah, Ketrock versus Tyr is going to be an amazing match. Our last Pro Toss going up against Ketrock, and then winner of that will guarantee their spot in the grand finals. Loser will have to go up against MicroMachine.
Mm-hmm.
And the way MicroMachine's looking, it's the way all these bots are looking. This is just going to be a hell of a finals.
Good. Everyone's good. Yeah,
they're all great. Everyone's great. Ender Sword.
Exactly. So here's our lower, and then we'll have the ProBots champion.
Yeah, and we do have our 4 bots as well qualified for next season. Those 2 up in the top, Ketrock and Tyr, and then these 2 right here, MicroMachine and JensiiiBot. Even though JensiiiBot did fall here, did secure his position for next season. So it'll be exciting to see all 4 of these bots coming back for season 2. Yeah, good luck, everybody. Hopefully we'll see you all again on the finals. That is 2 p.m. Eastern. Daylight savings. Make sure you look up all the weird time zone stuff to be here on time. And it'll be a nice long day. We'll wrap things up as well with our humans versus bots show match. So join the forum, join the Discord to get all the info and to see how you can play against the bots yourself and play for Team Human. Let's get that done.
Indeed you do. And Yeah, and if anyone's looking for something to do now, today is No Regrets birthday. And
Ooh.
he's on Twitch streaming right now. Twitch.
You're not going to do another Twitch stream with him?
I might this weekend or something, but
Yeah.
obviously I couldn't right now. But yeah, he's on there. I guess they're doing a birthday drinking stream. So
Oh yeah.
go say hi. He has played some of our humans versus bot games before. So
Yeah, last season, right? Yeah.
the ProBots. Yeah.
Or no, 2 seasons ago. We had
Scarlet.
yeah, Scarlet last season, yeah. Yeah, good stuff. Well, thank you, Endersword, as well. Always a good job, and hopefully we'll have you for our finals. I hope you can get your internet all set up, and
Hopefully, yes.
fingers crossed there. We will be seeing. I'll be here next Saturday. We'll have Drex, Sama, Laddie, and Peter in the background, and then join us as well for PostBots tomorrow. Our final PostBots of the season. If you are in the Crown Club, you can come watch live and hang out in the chat and come have some conversations with us. So definitely check it out. Let's go ahead and do one more Crown Club member shout out before we wrap things up as well. And then we'll say goodnight. Thank you, Jonathan, so much for your support. It's always great to have you all hanging out with us every week here, and we look so forward to seeing you for our grand finals next week. Yeah, that's all I got. Thank you all again for being here. Join the forum, join the Discord, all that stuff. Get your bots in for next season, and stay tuned because we'll be talking about next season next week, and when we'll kind of be when our plans are for starting that and kicking it off. So get excited, get hyped. We'll have 2 more seasons this year. It's going to be a lot of fun here on ESChamp for ProBots. And we'll see you all next week, Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern. Be here or just miss out on a really good time, which you don't want. So we'll see you there. Have a good night, everybody.